right now, and it's the last week, so whoever wins this will take it home. So quite a big matchup we got here, Magni. Can you tell me something about these teams?
Uh, yeah, I mean these teams have been performing really well in the league. Only one loss for each team. It should be an interesting set, and I think, but I do think Order of the Blight will come out on top. I have them as my favorite.
They would be considered a favorite indeed. Although, if you look at this, well, on your screen right now, you can see there is nothing in between those teams. First seeded is only fictional right now, as both of them have the exact same stats. And like you said, indeed, both teams only lost to one team, which is my goat. It's Elwap. Should have been number one team, but hey, what can you do about it? So yeah, looking at this graph, going for number one, going for number two, whoever loses will probably still hit number two, I do believe. So there's not too much at stake, but still, a first place by the end of this would be quite great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean it would be amazing for either team. I mean because then they guarantee top spot and then be able to play whoever loses out of the bottom two games, out of bottom two teams.
Yeah. So going into this last week, this is uh, such a big fight indeed, as we do get the picks and bans here for you. That's what we have been waiting for. We're almost running out of topics to talk about, but not quite yet. Looking at these bans, is there anything in particular you really want to see banned, Magni?
I'd love to see Marticarus and Raven Man. I think they're still really strong gods. Even though Raven got 3% overall shield revert in the latest patch, he's still really strong.
Very strong indeed, as we also see Kali and Ishal being banned out here. Ishal, a bit of a newer one. I think that goes through most of the games. Kali is a god, however, that is being banned in almost every set. And Nox over here might be a bit of a target ban against Lamuni, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. He's very good on that pick. I've seen him play it before.
Another target ban here, as J-Boys' Humbats is being taken away. As Fallen will close out their first banning phase, I'm so sorry, with an Awelix here. A bit of a early Awelix ban, as Awelix is, I think, more a god that you pick later into the draft when you got people with a knock-up maybe already in your team, but still pretty strong pick. What do you think about this Awelix ban?
I think the Awelix ban in the top 3 is a little bit strange, but I think that's because they obviously will have a.
I am the king of
Very
beasts.
good into.
Yeah, for sure. And one god that you mentioned that you wanted to see banned but didn't is this Marticarus, and it will get first picked here by Fallen. It can go both to mid or to ADC. What do you reckon is more likely here?
I mean, I'd say it's more likely to go ADC, but I think at the moment it's much better in mid than ADC. Since his nerfs, he's been faring a lot weaker against a lot of the top hunters like Hachiman and Anhur have been performing like are really good in lane against him now that he's been nerfed a little bit. But in mid lane he's still super.
There is battle to be
definitely top pick.
Definitely top pick worthy, and that's also why it did get top picked. As on the other side, we see a double luck in here with Fall and Ganesh. We see Blue Sliver on his table for, I will only assume it will go towards the jungler from Order of the Blight here. Although Fall has seen a lot of play in solo lane, of course, as well, so not 100% sure over there yet. And Ganesha for the duo lane here on support, as we see Jormungandr. And once again, it is a god that can technically be played in support, but it's probably a solo laner, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Yorm lately has seen a lot of rise in play, and he's doing very well in a lot of ranked games. He's doing well at the top level of games.
This is exciting!
So I'm not surprised to see him picked.
As we see Scylla being locked in here, and that probably, well, I mean, that kind of confirms to us that Marticarus will go towards this duo lane, unless they want to do something very weird and put it in solo. But yeah, that mostly confirms that Marty will go towards the duo lane here. What do you think about Scylla? I think, personally, before you answer that, I think Scylla has fallen off a little bit with all the nerfs. I mean, she still gets a lot of power out of her passive, so that makes her a bit better, but she doesn't quite have that one-shot potential anymore with the ultimate. So what do you think about Scylla right now?
I think with all the item nerfs, I think that hit her really hard because now, like you said, she can't one-shot as efficiently as she used to.
Run from
Especially with the volley build, and also the current mage build at the moment with Coin doesn't really suit her. She suits the more double flat pen builds like with Agni. And I think also the Thor pick is, I don't know, the Scylla pick into the Thor is very risky as well. Thor is very good at chasing down a Scylla and tracking her down.
Yeah, as well as YOLO player being one of the stable players, of course, from Fallen. So if this is a comfortable pick for him, that must feel very nice to get it. As on the other side, talking about comfort picks, we know Cheeto doesn't like the Hachiman too much. So he picks the Izanami instead, which is a bit interesting. Hachiman did get some nerfs recently, but still one of the most stable ADCs. So a bit surprising to see the Izanami. It's definitely not a bad pick, but what do you think about it?
I think it's a very underrated pick. I think she is very good in lane against a god like Marty. She will just do way more damage than he will in the early game and be able to apply so much pressure. Marty in the early game can't deal with very much pressure because his wave clear isn't the greatest. He very much relies on Bluestone, and also is very good into the Yorm as well because Yorm has very limited defensive capability, so you can get shredded in the late game very easily by this Izanami.
For sure. I mean, that is her strength, right? The escapability with the Invis, but also just the sheer burst that she has. As we see J-Boys being banned out a little bit here by order of the Blight, with the Susanoo ban in the second phase, as well banning Atlas out now as well. Don't want to deal with it on support. On the other side, though, we see a Tove ban. It's another god that you don't see too often, but when it gets played, it's decent. I mean, it has very good poke, it has decent objective secure. It's not the worst god in the game, is it?
No, I mean, I think it's a decent ban here because they have a very limited range on the side of Fallen, and they have limited mobility with the Martikers and the Yorm, so they could very easily get hit by the root and then just get massively poked out as well. So I think it's a decent ban. I think it's fair.
I would agree with you, as the last ban here is the Achilles. I mean, executes are good in attack meta, aren't they? So Achilles just a very solid ban. I'm so excited with these bans being over now to go into these last two picks for each team. Is there anything that you see that's open that you think, they must pick this?
Not necessarily. I mean, everything that's really good at the moment has been banned. Kali, Ravana, Martikers has been picked. I mean, the Hachiman not being picked, it could be picked up in the mid lane for Order of the Blight if they would like to. But that's another pick that's really good. Discordia.
Who will rise above the rest?
Discordia being locked in. I mean, Discordia's passive, once again, being one of those things that is just very good after all the power nerfs, because you just give some extra power to whoever is your top damage. It's also always going to use. And the Apple, just, you know, bringing some chaos to everything, making the team split up a bit. Pretty decent ability. So, yeah, Discordia, definitely a solid pick. Probably not the top of the mid lane right now, but you know, for having to pick its second phase, it's definitely not something to be ashamed of. However, with gods like Merlin still being up, it's still a bit surprising to me.
Yeah, I think the Discordia pick's really good because, like I said, limited mobility from the Yorm and the Marty, so Strife gets a lot of value, and plus the ultimate, and she's just really strong right now. She's been buffed several times, and like she's been buffed to a point where I think she's definitely top 5 mages. She's definitely up there. She's really good.
Well, you convinced me in that case. I guess we'll see what happens. It is, of course, the new player for Order of the Blight playing in the mid lane here with Day of Evil stepping in after Fremdir, I believe, is not on that team anymore due to availability. On the other side, though, we see now Athena being hovered. Very good support in my opinion, especially in this LD where teams are usually a little bit more disorganized. I mean, being able to taunt people away from a fight is just massive. So I would like to see this locked in.
Yeah, I think she's very good at setting up, especially for what she has on the team. She has a Scylla Martikers, that's a very deadly follow-up and an absolute ton of damage. But I think it's a little bit risky here, consider with the Ganesh on the other team. They have a lot of CC on the
It's
other
time
side,
to turn this
which
battle
Athena
in
does
our
not
favor.
without her ultimate.
You
Well, it does get locked in anyway, but something to think about indeed, as the last pick here for Fallen will be the Daji. One of those gods that can just pick people up from pretty much anywhere and just bring them to your tower if you want to go for it. Pretty decent as well. I mean, Dachi is a bit scary against the elephant, isn't it? The Ganesh silence might do a number on her.
Yeah, but also the Daji gets a ton of value here. I mean, you already have the Athena on the team for the beads burn. So Athena goes in, gets the beads, and then Daji goes in after, and then the elephant and his army is going to be looking in trouble.
In trouble indeed. We'll see how J-Boys will make this work. As we're looking at the last pick for Order of the Blight here with Kukulan being hovered. It's quite interesting. Kukulan fallen out of favor a little bit. I mean, you still got a lot of pressure in the early game, especially with the transform.
I'm coming for you,
Do you like
laddie!
Kukulan? Kukulan does get locked in. Do you like it here?
I do like it here because it's very good in lane against Yorm. Yorm basically beats everyone in the first 3 levels in lane, and Kukulin is probably the only god that can match his pressure and match his damage output and match his clear.
So, players aside, just looking at the gods here, what comp would you prefer?
I mean, Order of the Blight brings a ton of CC, a ton of area lockdown, a ton of area damage, and a ton of objective shred as well with the Izanami and the Ganesh. So I think I prefer Order of the Blight's team here.
Well, you heard it here first, people. Magni thinks Order of the Blight might have had a little bit of a better draft. We'll see what happens though, because it's a game of Smite and anything can happen in a game of Smite indeed. So looking at matchups in general then. We got the Hunter 21 here on Jormungandr versus Kukulin. I do believe it is going to be Safa playing the solo lane for Order of the Blight right now. So you already said Kukulin, one of the only gods that can actually match Jormungandr, they're aggressive in the early game. Do you think it's going to happen, or do you think this Jormungandr will still maybe be a bit of a bully?
I think if he plays the matchup really well, I think he could definitely make the lane a 50-50, and then Yorm, he is definitely a lot worse on the back foot. He loves to have a ton of pressure, loves to get the totems, get cooldown buffs, loves to just steal your blue if he can with the spit over the wall. So I think it can definitely put a lot of pressure on the Yorm, the Kukulin pick.
Alright, so far you've been very positive about Order of the Blight. Also a bit positive about Fallen, of course, but a lot less. What do you think is the winning condition for Fallen here? How are they going to win this game?
I think they're definitely going to need to get to the late game. They have a very, very strong beads burning comp and very strong burst comp. The Athena taunt into the Scylla Martigras damage is going to be very deadly. Anyone with no Aegis or no beads is definitely going to be in trouble if they get caught by that. So I do think they have that going for them.
Yeah, and then if the beats do get burned, like you said before, they still have Darchi to jump in their ult and just bring everyone back. So it's gonna be a very interesting match indeed. And it wouldn't surprise me if this goes pretty late. As we go into the game here, we're watching the Jormungandr just slowly walk towards his buff. Looking at these starter items, is there anything special in particular that you see so far?
I'm surprised to see a double Bumbas picked up on both sides, on both junglers. I think, although Bumbas is very good right now, I think either jungle into Protector is also very, very strong, and especially on a god like Thor, that just loves a lot of extra power.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, on Darchi, you would understand, right? Especially late game with the Boombas for the attack cancels. Sorry, I cannot go out of my words right now. I don't know what's happening with the auto attack cancels. That's the word I was looking for. But on 4, I do agree. It's a bit of a strange decision. It's still definitely not bad, but yeah, it's interesting to see what is going to happen. And we also see Cheeto here going for a spear as a starter for the arrow. Sorry, it's not a spear, it's the arrow, of course. Which is also not something you see every day anymore, except for maybe some magical ADC. So that's also going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I think the arrow is very, 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 very good for late game. It allows you to get a ton of extra gold. It also allows you to get like a ton of mana regen in lane by killing the minions with it on them, and also is the upgrades are very, very strong. Diamond arrow having penetration on it now makes it a very, very strong option, especially late game.
Well, maybe I should look into that a bit more as an ADC main myself, because I am not building it quite yet, but Cheeto, definitely one of the players in this league that could change my mind on that, as that's someone who has been going ham all season. So I'm very excited to see what he's going to do here into the duo lane of Fallen. Fallen having probably the better duo lane, I would say, with being able to first pick this Martigras. So yeah, I wonder what's going to happen there, as in this solo lane so far, we see the Kukulin on a lot less HP than Jormungandr, so the bullying, for now, it's going Jormungandr's way.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of to be expected, but I think Kukulin does match it, but he does have Bluestone, to be fair, and Bluestone is obviously having no defense, and Yorm's base damage is extremely high in the early game. So I think, and also he's out of pots as well, the Kukulin.
Yeah, out of pots indeed. I mean, might be a bit rough for Kukuna. Might have to be forced to back a bit early. Did get the teleport, of course, so not the biggest deal in the world, but not what you like to see if you are an Order of the Blight fan here. But hey, nothing is lost yet. We're only a minute and a half in, as Darchi is looking here. Maybe a little cheeky. Dueling Gang did walk over Ward here from Order of the Blight, so they will retreat immediately. J-Boy's probably not being able to get anything here, but they're walking actually towards him. Might be a bit scary. Oh, they're in a... I take my words back in the solo lane. Sava getting first blood onto the Hunter 21 here. I don't know what happened, but in the 30 seconds we looked away, the Jormungandr apparently went from a full HP to no HP, as the solo lane from Order of the Blight will claim first blood on the Kukulin here. Massive plays.
Yeah, I think I swear he must have took a tower shot or something because he lost so much HP. But that's what I'm on about with the Kukulin. The Kukulin just brings so much damage that if you're not careful, can just catch you off guard like that.
Uh-oh, here in the middle lane though, Dachi dashing in onto the Discordia. 1 HP and, ooh, dash back up again, and there goes the return kill, and it's 1-1, we're all even again, as J-Boys will confirm a kill for themselves as well onto the mid lane here.
Yeah, that was a very good initiation. Also, although I think Day was very a bit greedy with the beads, the Discordia, she didn't use them, and she could have used them to get out of the Scylla route and then maybe get away.
Yeah, probably want to save it a bit longer for when this dodge actually gets up, but did become fatal. Was probably hoping to live through it. A little bit greedy indeed, as we see a cheeky buff in Fate, but I don't think they got it. I think the Jormungandr confirming his own blue buff with the spit there, so good on him. Great secure by the Hunter 21. Must feel rough if you are either Blue Sliver or Safadaris. They very much looked like they were gonna get that. A bit of a shame over there, and now we're just going back to farming.
Yeah, I mean, like I said about earlier, the Yorm Spit is very good at securing buffs. It's very quick. It's long range. You don't necessarily have to put yourself at risk like with other gods, and you just showed there that he secured the buff, and that's really good for him as well because he lost first blood. If he loses that blue buff as well, he could get behind very quickly.
Very quickly indeed, and now it's nothing is lost just yet. As we see Jormungandr, I do believe going into what possibly could be a Chronos Pendant here, first item. A bit more damage focused. Do you like that, or would you have preferred if he went a bit of defense?
I do like that on Yorm specifically because he has very high base damage early game, so that extra bit of power plus the cooldowns allows him to hit very hard. And also his ultimate's not a traditional 90-second cooldown, so having that up more often makes him a lot safer in lane.
A lot safer and also a lot more damage, like you were saying before, so I don't hate it either. Falling down very low here though, if you look at the health bars in the solo lane, might be in a bit of trouble as we're looking at the dual lane 4 now. Athena taunting, nothing much coming off it, and Cheeto just losing a bit of the shield HP that he got from the buff, but nothing more. Would have liked to see a little bit more over there, but I mean, it's fair enough that they're on the back foot for now. It is an Izanami, and Izanami pressure is nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, she brings a ton of damage, ton of pressure to the lane, and ton of wave pressure as well, and kill pressure, which is just not fun to deal with. So I'm not surprised that there isn't too much intensity in the duo lane, and that Martikris and the Athena are on tower more often than not.
So, talking about matchup a little bit more, right, Magni? We see in the middle lane here, we see Scylla versus Discordia, and one thing I haven't thought about before until I just saw it is Scylla having the biggest ass circle in the game, pretty much, with her 2, kind of just makes Discordia dash do nothing with invisibility, but hold that thought though, as now Morini might be in a bit of trouble. J-Boy's looking at it, missing 2, missing 3, but oh, there's I'm a Monster, will connect, and the support from Order of the Blight will fall down towards the Scylla. What a snipe by YOLO player after J-Boy's missed everything.
Yeah, very unfortunate on the miss on the dodgy YOL, but fantastic ultimate from the YOLO player in out of mid lane. Very good to hit it off of with no CC and just completely wipes out Lamanwe.
In the solo lane here though, we see J-Boys coming over for yet another kill. Safa might be on the run here, but is it going to be in time? Dash coming in, but So does the Cocoon just dash away, and now he's actually looking to regress a little bit here. Doesn't have a rage up anytime soon, but here's Blue Sliver coming to help his solo laner, and now it's J-Boys falling off very low. The Hunter's trying to knock him up, help him get off their jungler, but not in time as J-Boys will fall down. Safa claiming the kill for himself, but this fight is not over yet. The Hunter 21 going into the Ormold here. Probably just going to get out, going for the totem instead. Still Blue Sliver close, and so is Lamwini, so fair enough to not go in after that anymore.
Yeah, I think that was very good by Order of the Blight to recognize that the Dodgy had no ultimate, and she was definitely playing a very high, and the Thorwall was very good, and then they just chased her down and finished her off. I do think the Yorn panicked there a little bit. He probably expected more damage to come his direction, that's why he used his ultimate. But it's fine, he's got Cronus Pendant.
Yeah, it's fine. He does have to cooldown indeed. And, you know, maybe if he didn't ult, they would have collapsed on him. So it's still fair enough to use it there. Better safe than sorry, am I right? As here in the mid lane, just a little bit of clear. Same in the dual lane. We see the Maltikras being poked out, but also out pressured a lot, which is understandable against the Izanami. Izanami having, of course, the best wave clear from every hunter, I do believe, with these basic attacks. I don't think there's anyone who would really outpressure Izanami. Do you think, is there anyone you can think of?
I think the best way to outpressure Izanami is to pick gods that have very high kill pressure. So like I think the Hachiman is definitely a very good pick for that. The Anhur or the or like a Kernanos, I think they're very good picks. But like in terms of wave pressure, Rama is probably the only god that can match Izanami.
Yeah, and even so, then you only have 5 of these basics, where Izanami just has infinitely of them. So it's still going to be a bit tough, but yeah, Rama probably a good shout to go against it. In the mid lane though, ooh, big stun onto the Athena, but the double tap will not land, so Athena will walk away for now. 2 for 2 still is the score. As we're going a little bit later in the game, Ganesh looking here for a play, maybe? Ooh, fall falling down from the sky. Ult coming out as well from the Ganesh. The pillars are still down. Cannot walk through there as the Discordia will get a kill onto Ludlow. Athena falling down here for Fallen. So another kill for Order of the Blight. Lots of ultimates being used for it, but still pretty good. What do you think, Magni?
Yeah, very unfortunate miss from the Thor there, but that was a fantastic initial from Lemanwi. Completely locks down the Athena with the climbing, with the grab obstacles, and yeah, just gets finished off by the damage from Discordia. So very good play by the support there.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw Lemwani going over there, I thought it was not going to happen much, but his team followed up good. I didn't see Blue Sliver in the air, but he was, and falling down he did, as, ooh, Hunter 21 might be in a little bit of trouble here. Going a bit deep for his totem, but will be able to just ult out safely. I mean, that's the Jormungandr ult safety right there. It's practically just, like, you're untargetable for, like, a maximum of what, like 30 seconds? Pretty insane.
Yeah, it's a very powerful ultimate for defense, but late game it does suffer a little bit because it has a very long cast time.
A very long cast time indeed, and then maybe you don't want it anymore. So now J-Boys is looking for a lot of aggression. Ooh, there comes Simon Monster already out, but Lemoni is alive. How did he live? Ultimate coming out, and now the tables might have been turned as the Apple of Discordia coming out as well. J-Boys being 1 HP inside of inside of the ult from Lamwini, but not quite dead yet. But there is the double tap from Blue Sliver, and Fall will secure this kill for himself. Great kill by this jungler from Order of the Blight. I thought J-Boys was out there. I didn't know how he was out, but I thought he was.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very risky commit there because the Ganesh already has the Thebes fully stacked and used the shell as well, so he's very, very tanky. They committed 2 ultimates onto him there, and they couldn't finish him off. And the Ganesh ult on the turnaround was really good as well. The Daji took a lot of damage, and then the Thor ult for the chase and just to finish her off is just unfortunate for Fallen, but very good for Order of the Blight.
Ooh, wall is off, and now into the ult goes the Hunter 21. If that wall would have landed, I think he dies there. Now he gets the ult off just in time, being able to get out of there. But yeah, with the Fire Giant spawning, we get our Q. We're 10 minutes in. Who is going? I mean, I wouldn't assume that there's going to be a firefight 10 minutes in, right? I mean, it's still pretty close, but they're less than 100 gold away from each other. A little bit more XP into Order of the Blight side, but I don't think there's going to be a firefight anytime soon. However, the Gold Fury also being up on the other side, do you reckon we're gonna get a grouped up fight anytime soon?
I think maybe with a couple of picks, Order of the Blight could look for it, but I think the only downfall of Fallen's composition is their objective damage. Their objective DPS is very poor. They don't have a traditional ADC, and they have a burst mid laner. So their objective DPS is going to be very poor, but their objective steal and their objective secure is very, very strong with the Scylla.
Uh-oh. Force in the sky is looking for it, but doesn't go for it. Decides to ult out here. Bit of a shame, but hey, like I said before, better safe than sorry probably. But that goes a pretty long cooldown, the full ultimate here being down, the only ult being down, so still a decent team fight for Order of the Blight if they decide to fight, but it's a bit of a shame. Now being 11 minutes and 30 seconds in, it's only 30 seconds before the Sigil Beacon spawns as well, and that might be our first big team fight.
Yeah, I mean the beacon is very strong right now. It gives movement speed, gives bonus structure damage. It's very very important, especially for a team that doesn't have a lot of objective DPS and a lot of tower or Phoenix Shred. I think it's very important that Fallen contest and try and compete for these beacons.
Everyone from Fallen slowly making their way up there as the beacon has spawned right now. It's both supports being in it for now, as the mid laners both are just trying to throw out some poke, but it seems like Order of the Blight has the upper hand here, being in there with 4, and I don't think anyone from Fallen is contesting, and it will go towards Order of the Blight. Bit of a shame, like you said, they don't have too much secure and damage on these towers. I would have liked to see a little bit more of a contest there.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a bit more of a contest, but I can understand their concern for going in because they do have a Scylla and a Marty or scaling gods. They're not the greatest in the mid lane. The Discordia and the Izanami are going to be far more useful at this point in the game than the Scylla and the Marty.
With Golfear being pulled, it's already being leased as well. Lots of ultimates coming out. I think I saw the Apple of Discordia there. Now, the Jormungandr going up into the sky as well. More ultimates being used as Cheeto will confirm a kill for himself. Might have been a gifted kill from the ult there. And now, Force in the sky. 4 will land anytime soon now. But where is he going to land? Not going to be close enough to land in the fight. And the fight is over, but that's another kill for Order of the Blight. They didn't get the Gold Fury quite yet, but hey, still got a kill and didn't lose anyone for it. And slowly but surely, this game is looking better and better for the Chaos side here.
Yeah, that was a fantastic Cullinal. Knocked up the Daji right in the Ganesha, and she couldn't even use her ultimate in time. She was just she doesn't have the beads yet. She went for the blink first, so she just gets absolutely shredded there by the Ganesh and the Kukulans.
So, with a little bit of downtime right now before our next fight start, most likely, let's talk a bit about builds, yeah? Blue Sliver going Transcendence after going Jotuns. Do you like that, or would you have preferred to see it the other way around? Because he could have had it stacked by now.
I'd say with Transcendence being cheaper than it was before, and also Assassins now getting base flat pen scaling throughout the game, I'd say it's better to go Transcendence first and get it stacked, surely.
Yeah, I think I must agree. I don't quite understand the choice. I mean, I guess the early damage from Jotuns is nice, and having 20% cooldown reduction from the get-go is also pretty good with how much this fall likes to go up into the sky. But I mean, it's a choice, right, by the end of the day, and it's working out for him so far, as the fall is going 1-0, where J-Boy is on the not the Izanami, I'm so sorry, on the now I forgot the name. But anyway, the jungler from Fallen here, being 1-3 as of right now, is a bit more of an issue.
Yeah, I think the past 2 deaths though have just been very unfortunate for the Daji. In the last death,
Thank
the
you.
Daji just getting caught by the Ganesh ult and the Kukulkan and just shredded. And in the previous one where they committed onto the Ganesh and they couldn't finish him off, and then the Thor gets the chase down and gets the last hit, I think is just unlucky for the Daji.
Unlucky indeed. I mean, I think J-Boys has been playing pretty decent so far. I mean, probably wants to hit the ult a little bit more, but so far so good. He isn't like falling behind too much in level, even though he has died a lot more. So the farm game is up there at least, both being level 13 right now. So like I was saying, still trying to keep up. I mean, that's just a bit of like the story of the game everywhere, right? Like, we don't really see a big level lead anywhere across the map as of right now so far. So yeah, I mean, both teams are very much still in this. You would say that Ultra Blight would have a big advantage, but so far I think Fallen is keeping up pretty decent.
Yeah, they are doing very well, the solo and the ADC with the level lead actually, which is quite surprising to see the Izanami behind in XP over the Amarty, considering Izanami is very, very good at farming. But she does have the build advantage, though. Having that dominance finish is going to be very, very key to killing the Yorm and to putting some pressure on the Athena as well.
As the Gold Fury is being pulled, and it's only Athena trying to steal here. And they will not steal it. Order of the Blight will confirm the Gold Fury here for themselves. It's the first Gold Fury of the game, but now the fight is looking a lot less good for them, as the Ganesh will find on firstly. J-Boys will confirm the kill for himself, and oh, I'm a monster in the back! Getting a kill as well. There is 4, but no, Scylla gets the double kill for himself, and now it's no. Okay, I'm so sorry, I got that wrong. Apparently, it just was late on the screen. Scylla still the first kill, but now Kukulin will get a kill back. Kukulin will get a double kill. J-Boys bringing back someone. I don't quite know who, but will the fall? Ah, he teleports out just in time. Izanami now in the background, still on a lot of trouble though, but maybe wins this 1-for-1. It does not, but Cheeto, 1 HP. Cheeto, you gotta be careful. If the Yoma gonna spits on you here, you die. Yoma gonna being focused by minions. There's a tower there. What are you doing? What? He lives? There is no way he lives this. There is no way he lives this. He gotta kill himself in tower. And he does. Yoma gonna will fall down towards tower. That's a assist still though for the toll. I think that's a bit deep from the Hunter 21. That looked like a very good fight for Fallen until Hunter just committed Sudoku.
Yeah, it was a very good initiation into the fight. They get a ton of damage on the Ganesh. They finish the Ganesh off, but then the Kukulin comes in big and gets a double kill and absolutely carries the fight for Order of the Blight. This Kukulin is very, very strong right now. He is the biggest player on the map right now.
4-0 in 1 for the Kukulin, indeed. Very big. Finally get a little bit of a XP lead now as well onto the Olmengande. Yeah, I mean, this Kukulin probably just runs at fights. I don't see him dying anytime soon. What is like the condition for this Kukulin to actually fall down, you think?
I think they just need to get to the hyper late game really, where Fallen have all 6 of their items. They have a ton of shred, and maybe the Scylla picks up a Soul Reaver, maybe the Marty picks up a Heart Seeker. But apart from that, I don't see anything stopping this Kukulin at the moment. He's very, very, very strong.
Very strong indeed. I mean, my man is a fighting machine right now. Sepha onto the solo lane here, which is interesting because he's one of the persons who has wall switched for this game, being the mid laner before, but with Order of the Blight losing the solo lane and stepping up to the solo lane, it's pretty much just making people forget that Fremdir even existed, right? Sepha being absolutely mental right now. Pyromancer being pulled already below half HP. Kukulin here though, into the rage from Scylla, having to dash out. And I do think Pyromancer, no, never mind, it gets dropped as the Hunter 21 is here to cause havoc. Has to go out himself for now though, but decides to re-pull the Pyromancer, but this time it's Fallen pulling it, and everyone from Order of the Blight kind of went away. It's just Kukulin and Ganesh over here to try and steal. Kukulin blinking in, but I am a monster! Will confirm the Pyromancer here, and now Kukulin is probably the first one to fall down with Force in the Sky, not wanting to make that happen. Doesn't land on anyone. Okay, J-Boys will get the first kill of the fight here. J-Boys will get a double kill for himself, and this fight is not over yet. Hunter 21 a bit low, probably gotta be careful, but Scylla is in the background still. Full HP, just looking at the score there. Aegis coming out, probably needed. I think he dies there. Does Day of Evil, not Aegis there. Fall looking for the wall, not quite finding it, but what a fight for Fallen.
Yeah, I'm absolutely shocked that the Thor didn't go in. That was a very strange ultimate, but that was fantastic by Fallen. They realized that Order of the Blight go on the retreat, and they've already gone towards the red buff, and then they take up the objectives for themselves, and they secure it with the I'm a Monster, and then Safa just gets absolutely shredded by the I'm a Monster plus the Crush combo, and then they have a good fight from there. But I am so shocked that the Thor does not go in there, especially with the Scylla's 3 being down.
He must have misaimed it on the wall, right? Like, he must have tried to go in and just misaimed it, so he got sent back to the place where he started. I can't see a world where he didn't at least try to go in there. So, if anything, it's very unfortunate there, that fight. Could have been a very different story, must this tour have connected. But, well, that's not the world we live in right now, and Fallen took a very big team fight, securing the objective and winning the fight. Bottom, not even in the game, but probably a bit ahead in the game now.
Yeah, I do think that was very poor from Order of the Blight. They have really good objective DPS, and they have a good, decent secure as well. So I'm very surprised they pick up the objective and they get spooked by the Yorm as well. The Yorm goes in, and then they just get a little bit scared, and they are on the retreat, and then Fallen do really well to pick up the objective and then get it for themselves.
Indeed. I mean, that's just the game plan, right? If you're Fallen, you have this better objective secure. If you time it rightly, I mean, Scylla, I mean, I'm a monster will do way more than the Apple of Discord. So, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't, in theory, lose any of these. But like you said, it's a bit strange that they did get spooked by the Jormungandr. I don't think he is the biggest threat right now on Fallen, but maybe, I mean, if you're 3 against 1, they probably could have had that, but they just didn't want to die, I guess. Did end up falling in the end and losing the objective. So misplays do happen, but Orb of the Blight definitely not out of this game just yet. Probably just gotta keep their mental at it.
Yes, strange to see a Spectral Armor pickup from the Jormungandr. I mean, no crit built on the other side.
Uh-oh. Not Scylla, sorry, Izanami ult coming out, silencing Cheeto here, Cheeto silencing God Hunter here for a second, but the ultimate from the Marticorus will make sure he's safe for now, but now the big team fight as J-Boys will get the first kill. Discordia getting a kill back, and now 4, please go in this time. Oh, he does, as Cheeto gets a kill for himself as well, but we're looking at the 4 right now. 4 hits the stun, but the beats coming out. Actually, no, it's the I'm a Monster coming out, does not connect as Athena going back into this fight. No, sorry, trying to get out of this fight. I'm so disorganized right now. Please cancel me as a caster. I am losing my job. I don't even know what's going on anymore, and I'm losing my breath.
Yeah, I think that was a fantastic initiation there by the Cucullin, and the Izanami does really well to force out the Marticorus and force out his beads as well. So it definitely makes him weaker in the team fight, but because the Cucullin goes in, gets a big knockup, and does die, but I think it's worth. They kill the Yorm and they kill the Athena off a bit as well.
Yeah, great fights from Order of the Blight with 4 actually hitting the ult this time, going in. Pretty big plus, I would say, wouldn't you, Magni?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, Blue Sliver just got deleted from the game. I guess he can just press all the forward now as YOLO player. Presses 2, presses 1, and absolutely just one-hits this 4. I mean, we were talking about Scylla not being able to one-hit anymore. We have the Polymonicon, of course, as well on the Scylla, but what was that? He's just gone.
I mean, the Polynomicon is doing a ton of damage right now. I mean, I'm 100% sure if he does not have the Poly finished or Poly at all, I don't think he kills there. And that Rodder Tahuti passive as well coming in clutch, increasing that Polynomicon damage.
Indeed, I'm a Monster being down now though, as Fallen will secure the Pyromancer once again. I think that's the 3rd Pyromancer secured for them in this game so far. Might have been the 2nd, but probably I do believe it was the 3rd. Now in the middle lane though, it is Order of the Blight being on the upper hand once again, looking for the pressure here. But meanwhile, God Hunter is just, you know, farming his way to level 20, hitting level 20 actually on this Marticorus. Can probably start to look this to upgrade his Bluestone soon, and be an absolute menace. I mean, would you upgrade the Bluestone here on Marticorus, or would you sell it for a different item?
I would absolutely upgrade it. I mean, item proc damage in this current meta is very, very strong. Bluestone is very strong. Crusher, Heartseeker, all those items are very, very good right now. So I think it's definitely worth upgrading it, especially to kill these tanks.
And killing this tanks is his main job, of course, as now the Hunter 21 going up into his ultimate, trying to get everyone from Order of the Blight off the Sigil Beacon that has spawned by now. But it does look like Order of Blight will get this, and now J-Boy is actually going in hard, going up into the ult, not dragging anyone. I do believe as, oh, I'm a monster! As soon as he lands, will hit the Discordia, I believe, and now J-Boy confirms the kill onto this Discordia. Discordia being the first death in this fight, but most likely not the last one, as now Lamurni being caught out as well, and God Hunter will confirm this kill for himself, and actually it will be Fallen getting the Sigil Beacon here.
Yeah, extremely greedy from the Discordia there, not using the beads and then just getting hit by the I'm a Monster, just absolutely destroyed. And Ganesh dies on the retreat as well because he just gets left behind, he has to.
Yeah, Scylla getting another kill for themselves, and now it's 3 dead from Order of the Blight, and they're looking at possibly Fire Giant here. It's maybe a bit early into the game. I do believe we're like around 15 minutes in, but sorry, 25 minutes in. That's a 10-minute difference, pretty big, but still a bit of a risky call with still 4 being alive. But I mean, Cheeto and Blue Sliver are both on the left side of the map right now. Fire Giant will be given up for free, most likely here, for Fallen.
I believe they absolutely have no ideas going on. But Safa also dies after that fight as well, which I think just seals the Fire Giant for Fallen.
And what an upset this is so fast. Fallen will get the Fire Giant, and I mean, maybe proving both of us wrong, as maybe we should have put them as the favorite here. They're looking absolutely fabulous this game. They're playing out of their mind. This is not a team I have seen before. I don't know what happened, but they're playing very well.
Yeah, I think the YOLO player has been absolutely fantastic this game on the Scylla. He's been hitting everything, been getting fantastic ultimates, securing the Pyromancer earlier, hitting everyone with the ultimate. Like, he's just been an absolute menace in this game.
Yeah, and another thing we can't overlook is J-Boy's going from 1-3 to 8-3. That's a decent difference. 6-1. 6-3.
Yeah, I mean, he's made a really good turnaround this game. Especially after that unfortunate early game. He wasn't even he had a bad early game, it was just very unfortunate. But yeah, he's been playing really, really well in these team fights, getting up in that dodgy out, forcing the beats.
Forcing the beats indeed, and that is your main job if you are playing dodgy, of course. Now, Fallen walking up with the Titan here. Titan has already fallen down very low, so I don't think they're going for the Phoenix Siege here. Going and try to take down all the towers first. Probably the better call, won't you think?
Yeah, definitely. No, not standard Fire Giant, especially with not a traditional hunter. It's always risky to go for objectives without minions, considering the damage is a lot less than with a traditional hunter.
Yeah, I mean, you do have Polly, of course, on the Scylla to make up for it a little bit, being able to take down these towers pretty quickly, but it's definitely not as much as, for example, would you have this Hachiman in your team or anything like it. Now, Blue Stiffer going for a bit of a split push. Well, Order of the Blight is trying to pick up the Pyromancer here, but the Hunter 21 not wanting to give it up. Does not get the steal quite right though, so Order of the Blight will finally pick up a Pyromancer for themselves here. That's the small wins is where it's at, right?
Yeah, I mean, looking at the builds here, I think the Bloodforge pickup from the Thor is very strange here. He only has 1 kill, and I don't think he's going to get a ton of value out of that item.
Yeah, there are different items that you could have gone there. I mean, it's still a lot of power, so it's not doing nothing for him, but for having 1 kill right now, it's probably the passive not bringing him any joy as of right now. However, I mean, if he does ult in, right, and gets a pick, it could be the difference between him living or dying.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. But I would have liked to see a Hydra's Lemon. I think a Hydra's is a very, very good item right now, and it's very strong on Thor in particular. I think it would increase his burst damage by a lot, which he's been lacking a little bit this game. He's been lacking those last hits and those kill secures.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I mean, he does have a good team around him who does tend to get a lot of these last hits. But so far, Order of the Blight has not been looking like Order of the Blight so far. This is not the dominating team we've seen so far. I mean, they are, of course, playing against the other first-seeded team, so it's to be expected that they have a little bit of trouble. But yeah, Fallen giving a very, very good run of their money right now, as Diamond Arrow has been upgraded for Cheeto. So that's going to be a pretty big power spike.
Yeah, I mean, Cheeto has the dominance, he has the upgraded XC, and he has the Diamond Arrow with the Oboe. He's going to absolutely shred any tank that walks in front of him. With enough CC, any tank in front of him should just get killed very quickly. There's no Mid Guardian Mail on the other side as well. They do have a Bewitched Dagger though, and a Horrific Emblem, which should help.
So Ludlow, so Hunter 21 in this case especially, gotta be careful whenever this Izanami is close. Hunter 21 getting to experience that firsthand, but being able to go into the ult, being able to ult out there, but still a bit of a shame to lose the ult like that. A bit strange to be there all alone. Meeting 5 people from the other team. He might need a new set of pants, don't you think, Magni?
Yeah, I think he needs to be a little bit more careful. He doesn't have the tankiest of builds. He doesn't have a Midgardi Mail either. And with the Izanami at full build, she's gonna any CC onto the Yorm, and the Yorm's gonna get absolutely shredded.
Absolutely shredded indeed. I mean, the Yom does do a lot of damage, but he gotta be careful, as he is not the traditional tanky build that we see a lot right now. But someone who's gotta be careful as well is the Kukulin here, being out of position a little bit, but so is this Daji going up into the sky there with Athena coming over as well. not being able to get anyone with the ultimate though, with the pillar. That's a bit of a shame, as the Scylla was there to back it up as well. And now, Dachi, you gotta be careful, as Safa is close to you, but will be able to get Fine out for now, as the Fire Giant has respawned and will probably get a little bit of a dance here.
Yeah, I think I definitely think they should pull the Fire Giant now or the Blight, but hang on a minute.
Hang on a minute, indeed, as a big fight is coming out, but hell, there is the burst from Cheetah that you were talking about. I don't think he was expecting it, as the 121 will fall down very quickly, but there is Scylla getting a kill for himself. I'm a Monster will be used as well, but no, there's a lot of kills from Order of the Blight actually instead, as both Cheetah will get another one and Fall will secure a kill for himself. And now, I mean, God Hunter did go up into the sky with this Maud Icarus. Death from above has been used, but now he's a sitting duck. There's the shell, being able to walk through the tall wall is big, and oh, actually the CC is enough to kill the Fall, but there is Cheetah once again, getting the Hunter down from Fallen, and now it's just Ludlow against the world, and I don't think he will live, and that's a deicide for Order of the Blight, and Fire Giant will fall down.
Yeah, I think losing the Dodgy and the Athena roll very early in the fight cost him big time, and Hunter getting absolutely deleted before he could get his ult off. That was the big game changer in the team fight. I think that's why I ordered the Blight, and they take this team fight and take the Fire Giant.
Yeah, they will, and this might be the beginning of the end, right? I mean, going over what I do believe the 30-minute mark will be an EFG as well, so pretty big game changer. And now the 121 going in alone again, trying to get into the ult, but no, you can't do that, dude. You can't go into this Izanami. She will absolutely just shred you before you get up into the sky. So 121 falling down once again. A bit of a misplay. I mean, you just saw how you got shredded. Why did you do it again?
I mean, he has to sell the Spectral Armor and surely get a Midgardian Mail. He needs the Midgardian Mail, man. Izanami just does an absolute ton of damage. He needs to be way more careful in these fights. He's just getting... He needs to either ult earlier, or he just needs to be a little bit more passive.
Yeah, I think the 121 was probably thinking that this Izanami was going into a crit build with the arrow, but no crit has been built, so the Spectral Armor is doing, well, nothing except for like 40 physical defense. It's a strange pickup, to say the least.
Yeah, it is a very strange pickup. I mean, I think because of the Gilded Arrow, he believed he was going to go the Ornate Arrow in the Deathbringer build, which has seen a lot of play at the moment. But I think this build that Cheeto's gone is a very, very good tank shred build, and it shows this game.
I mean, yeah, I'm never a fan of selling items, but right now might be one of the only times where it's actually viable to sell your item, because it's not doing anything for you, Hunter. Please sell this item, Hunter. Anyway, into the mid lane here, we see Fall getting a mid tower down. I mean, Order of the Blight still have Fire Giant for a pretty long time, and it's only Blue Sliver who doesn't have it on him right now, as he did die. And there goes the dual lane tower. I mean, it's an Izanami with a lot of pen. It's full basics, it's EFG. Your tower is gone, dude. Nothing you can do about it.
I mean, the Diamond Arrow is the 70 basic attack damage and the 10% penetration just allows you to just one-shot structures, even with no minions, like just with EFG.
I mean, yeah, especially with EFG, you don't really need minions, and they do have the minions if they want them. I mean, they got the Gold Fury that gives you the powered up minions, the Oni Fury as well, so these minions are walking down, these powered up minions are walking down with you as well, as now they're looking at the first Phoenix. It's Lamrini walking into the solo lane side Phoenix here. The Phoenix not being hit us right now, as Sama will get the first kill for Order of the Blight here, and now the second kill probably not far out, as the ultimate being forced from God Hunter. The 121 being very low. There's I'm a Monster coming out, but not quite finding any kills. But now Safa being very low himself. Cheeto being very low himself. And actually J-Boys gets a double kill. And another double kill from the Scylla as well. 4 people dead from Order of the Blight. And there goes all of your Fire Giant. Did get the Phoenix down, but it's only Blue Sliver left alive. And we're walking right back the other way again.
An absolute huge dodgy ult gets 4 people, and they just absolutely get clobbered on the follow-up.
Yeah, J-Boys being the absolute carry of that fight there. I mean, I thought Fala might have lost the game, but no. They give Order of Blight a run for the money. Now they're running down mid lane with the 4 of them. They don't have Fire Giant, but it's for another 30 seconds. Only Blue Sliver, and this might be the end. They don't have the best burst onto this Phoenix. I mean, Scylla does have the Polymolly combo, will it be enough? The Hunter 21 being very low, they get the mid Phoenix.
I think.
15 seconds, only Blue Sliver in the air, only being able to find one. But will he kill before? No, he will not kill, and that's actually game 1 to Fallen, as the Titan will fall down. Back and forth we went, but game 1 will go towards Fallen, and what a game it was.
Yeah, I mean, Fallen just played every team fight except for that one Fire Giant when they just played every team fight extremely well. I mean, that dodgy ult was literally game winning. I mean, grabbing 4 people with no beats and just the Scylla follow up and just kills everyone to end the game is just crazy.
Crazy is something you could call it indeed. I mean, Fallen taking game 1 here, it was very, very back and forth, wasn't it? I mean, at some points, I really thought All of the Blight just had it in the back, but then at other points, I mean, Fallen just looked very, very confident and very good. And our predictions were not correct. And, well, Fallen proved everyone in the league wrong, and they are looking very, very good right now
Yeah,
to end the entire split as a first seeded team. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the Scylla and the dodgy, the mid jungle communication and the mid jungle combo was just too strong for Order of the Blight to handle. They couldn't handle it.
Couldn't handle it indeed, and it spelled their downfall. So, I mean, going into game 2, what is something that must really, really change for Order of the Blight to make sure that they do get this game 2 and drag it out to a game 3? What is going to change?
I mean, they just got to clean up on their communication a little bit, and they got to I don't know, like fight more as a team. Like I'm seeing a lot of them being spread out, and the Thor is I don't know, the Thor was very passive that game. I mean, look, for only 14k damage. I mean, the Dodgy only did 14k, but she was just hitting so many ultimates, which is what you want from your jungler.
Yeah, that's what you want indeed. I mean, J-Boys might have done all the damage in the world, but still going 8, 4, and 7, being my goat in this game. I mean, the only one who can really rival it is YOLO player, right? Hitting these I'm a monsters, being absolutely shredding people. Probably won the game with the two of them, mostly for Fallen here. I think J-Boys and YOLO played very, very well.
Yeah, they did indeed. I mean, I was very impressed with the Scylla and the Dodgy gameplay. Just the Dodgy going in, forcing the bees or getting or grabbing them, and then the Scylla follow up was just very clean, and it's the reason why they won the game. I mean, that was Order of the Blight. That was their game to win, and they just got obliterated in a second.
I mean, and one last thing to also see is Order of the Blight. I mean, they placed down a pretty decent amount of wards, but still, it's way less than the other team. Like Fallen placed way more wards in this game, so might be a bit of a issue over there as well. Would like to see them have a little bit more vision, contest these sentry wards. But yeah, I mean, we'll see all of that in game 2. So we'll be right back with you when game 2 does start. And I will still be here with you together with Magni. Thank you so much for listening. and welcome back to Game 2. I'm still Jeffrey, and I'm here still together with Magni. And if this game is gonna be anything like the last game, we're gonna have something special for us in order. Welcome back, Magni.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fantastic game one. I mean, it's very interesting. It was back and forth. It was very even a lot of the game. But I think the way Fallen drafted, they drafted for the team fight and for the hyper late game. And with the way the meta is at the moment, the hyper late game and the late game are very, very important right now, especially with the Titans, the Beacons, Fire Giants being quite hard to kill as crits, not meta. I think the Fallen's draft, though, was just really, really strong with their team fights.
Well, indeed. I mean, that's interesting you say that, because I do remember you saying that Order of the Blight had a better draft in Game 1. Not trying to call you out here, but it is what happened. So, seeing the same bans as Game 1 so far, though, with both Ixchel and Kali being banned away. But yeah, I mean, Fallen officially now being first seeded team alone as of right now, but Order of the Blight still have anything to do back against them, because, well, if they win, it will go towards Game 3, and you never know what happens. After all, it is Smite, and here we do see a target ban. We see the respect ban here, Scylla being taken away from Fallen this time.
Yeah, I think the Scylla ban is a very good ban. Although I would like to see the Ixchel ban not be in top 3 in the top 3 ban. I think that's a little bit too much respect, just because Ixchel is she needs a lot of peel as a backliner, so I think it's you can definitely play around it. Whereas the Scylla, I think, yeah, I mean, Frey had a really good Game 1 on it. I think is a very good ban.
Yeah, I mean, Ixchel is, of course, a bit of a comfort pick for YOLO, so that is why they ban it out, but I do agree with you that it probably doesn't have to be the first ban. Probably can wait until the second phase, as Ravana now being taken away, and another comfort.
I am the king of beasts!
And, well, we go back, but this time it's Order of the Blight who will take the meticulous first pick. And we were pretty confident it was going towards ADC in the first game, but this time, this might be day of Evil playing meticulous, and we might see a magical ADC this game.
Yeah, I would love to see the Mario mid. I think the Mario is much stronger in mid. He fares a lot better against mages than he does. I would love to see it in the mid lane, but the 2 picks on the other side though.
Yeah, I mean, with Scylla being banned out this time, that means Humbat stays open. And, well, we know J-Boys loves his Humbats. So Humbat's going towards the jungler here. And with Humbats already being locked, it also means this 4 will go towards solo lane. I mean, the Hunter 21 really likes his 4 as well, so 2 comfort picks so far.
Yeah, I think this already brings a ton of teamfight potential. The Thor dunk into the Humbat Soul is just devastating combo that you cannot disrespect. Especially for a mobile backliner like Marty.
Going back towards the Ganesh, I mean, I don't think Ganesh was the problem in Game 1. Had some really good ultimates, so I do see why they would bring back the Elephant. Just a very strong support in general, as the tier is being hovered here for Order of the Blight, and actually being locked in here. That means we will get a Sepha tier, and that's pretty juicy.
Yeah, I think the tier did receive quite a heavy nerf recently, where they reverted his ultimate cooldown to a 90 base, but I think he is a very good pick still. But in the lane against Thor, I think it's a very even lane. Both are really high damage gods, both high CC gods as well.
Yeah, I mean, in lane, I think Tim might have just a little bit of the upper hand. I mean, if you get someone into your tower, they're just dead, right? Like, nothing really you can do against it at that point anymore. But Thor having a bit better, like, rotation abilities, and probably just a little bit more of a menace during team fights. So both picks have their strengths, and I really like it, as Merlin is being locked in here for the mid laner from Fallen, which is YOLO player, of course, having a big impact in Game 1, and now only Merlin, which is potentially, I mean, hypothetically, maybe even a better god than Scylla, so that's gonna be scary.
Yeah, I like the Merlin pick here. Is gets out of the Ganesh ult very, very well with the flicker, and very good follow-up damage for the Thor and the Humbas as well. Absolutely ton of AoE damage with the Void Stance, the Ice, and the Fire.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you kind of lack right now is objective secure, but if this Multichorus does go towards the mid lane, I mean, both teams will lack this objective secure, right? So nothing you lose too much over there, but we'll see what happens, as in this second phase of bans right now, Dachi and Athena being banned away. Do you think this Athena is a little bit of a respect ban, or do they just think, well, it's good, let's just get rid of it?
I think it is a little bit of a respect ban because it wasn't too crazy in game one. There wasn't much to show from the Athena that said to me, right, this needs to be banned. So I think it is a little bit of a respect to that ban though, also because they probably believe that it's one of Ludlow's more comfortable picks.
Yeah, Ludlow did fine on the Athena, of course, at least. And I mean, if you're a support and people don't look at you, that's usually when you're doing your best, right? Because supports are being looked at when they do strange things, and you don't want to be doing that. So hey, I really respect the Athena ban, as Hachiman is also being taken away, and they don't want to give Blue Sliver anything, as both Bakasura and Adachi are being banned away. He's an anti-Hoffer right now.
Yeah, I like this as an army pickup. It just gives an absolute ton of a joke to shred with the Merlin, and I think they could definitely catch him off guard.
Don't you dare run from me!
And just take objectives without them even knowing.
As Izanami's being locked in here, I am expecting an Ola run. Is that a crazy shout, or do you agree with me?
I mean, no, it's not necessarily a crazy shout. They have low CC immunity on the side of Fallen, and their escape abilities aren't the greatest. I mean, Merlin Flicker is short range, is an army. Obviously, it's a stealth, but it can be easily revealed by like tick damage, and the Humbats is only a jump. So,
Behold,
I mean, the
true divinity.
has a lot of potential here.
I am the master of predicting. I mean, Soul did get Hoffer there for a little bit, but I do just personally think the Ola run is a lot better. So, yeah, I do think the Ola run is a good pick here. And I like it. I mean, I predicted it for a reason. I think it's very strong against Izanami. Izanami does have a good way of getting out of the ultimate, but the ultimate being an absolute menace and is going to be a problem, especially right as of right now for the 4. As I mean, you can get out of it with the hammer, but the hammer will be very slow.
Put your
trying to get out
foolish
of it.
ambitions to rest.
Yeah, I mean, the Oloran, with the recent patch, he got a huge change where they decreased his bonus damage for his critical hits, but
Burden
now
yourself
that you don't
no
have to build
longer.
as much power to earn critical strike chance. I think you have to build 350 power now to get 70% crit, which is obviously a lot better for him because the ring builds don't necessarily have a ton of power. So now that he's able to get access to more crit, it helps him out a ton.
Yeah, I mean, I think Harris called it a shift, right? Because the crit damage got reduced a little bit, but you get a crit easier. Do you think it's a buff or a nerf, or do you think, well, it's about even?
I'd say it's about even. I mean, I've done some testing. I'd say it's about even. I mean, I don't really think it changes much. They decreased it by 20%, which doesn't sound a lot, but when it's auto attacks, like let's say 10 auto attacks, that's a lot of damage lost over time with just 20%.
Indeed, I mean, for a physical, it's a difference between having the Death Ring or not, right? So it makes it's a pretty big difference from 1.5 to 1.3. But well, we gotta talk about these last 2 picks as well. Lancelot being locked in here. It's not a god I see too often, but do you like the Horseman?
Yeah, you guys a ton of value into the Fallen comp. Fallen comp have very limited CC immunity. I mean, only the Thor have CC immunity. So if the Lance gets a huge ult, he's going to either burn a lot of beads or he's just going to run through everyone, which is going to cause a lot of problems.
And then lastly, we see Ludlow here with the man who carries the universe on his shoulders. It is our big boy Atlas. Do you like Atlas here, or am I overhyping it a little bit too much right now?
I love Atlas in general at the moment. He's definitely top 3 supports. He just brings a ton of damage for a support. He brings a ton of kill pressure because of the 2. If you don't respect it, you don't have any beads. Especially for gods like Ola and Amarty who don't have tradition or don't have movement abilities. Like, it's an easy beads burn, and also combined with the 1, it's a ranged beads burn as well.
Going into the game now, thank you so much, by the way, about talking about Atlas. Last thing I wanted to say about that, but yeah, thank you so much. Going into the game now, buffs spawning in around 30 seconds from now. I asked it last game, and I'll ask it this game. Is there anything in particular that you see in these builds that you want to talk about?
I mean, nothing's too out of the ordinary here. I think all the builds are quite normal. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just not every build is as I expected. A lot of horn shards picked up though, and we're not seeing any use of Carapace or the claw shard, which I would have loved to have seen, but horn shard just really strong.
I mean, the thing I'm looking forward most to is the aggression from Fallen here into the dual lane, as Atlas actually picked up an horrific Amblant. That might be very interesting. I mean, That might be spell disaster for this Ganesha and this Oloran. Are they not careful in the early game? I mean, especially with the pressure that an Izanami can bring out. After this first wave, they might be in trouble. This is going to be interesting to keep an eye on.
Yeah, the Oloran has really good pressure, really good damage, wave clear in the early game. He almost matches his army in that way, but the Atlas being there as well is gonna like be obviously with the horrific emblem is going to be a massive problem for Cheeto if he doesn't respect it.
Yeah, and at least they know now, they have seen it if they did press tab, and I would assume they did. But, well, this wave they won, but after next wave, this might be a bit of a trouble. As in the solo lane, they actually went the exact same build this time, which is not something you see every single time anymore, so that's a bit interesting.
Yeah, not seeing the Thor pick up beads, I mean, that's a bit strange, and that should be Safa and Blues Litter's go button to gank the solo lane more often this game.
As well as J-Boys, I mean, if you can... oh, sorry, that's of course on his own team, but J-Boys, if he can get some pressure there, then in return as well, it's gotta be necessary, because yeah, if Blue Sliver comes over to the solo lane, at 4 without beats is pretty much a sitting duck, especially against this Fear. But J-Boys instead looking at the duo lane here for an early gank once again, will walk over ward, because, well, Lamuni, he knows where to and when to place wards, man. He will not be caught out by anything. Second time J-Boys came over, second time it didn't result into anything, sadly. But great warding by Order of the Blight here in the early game.
Yeah, I think it's always good for the jungler to rotate, especially when shield buff comes up, because shield buff is very important right now for the duo lane. Like whichever ADC gets shield buff is more likely to have a safer lane and a more comfortable lane.
A lot of pressure here on Day of Evil into the mid lane. Did manage to just walk away from it though for now, so we'll be fine. As yeah, okay, Hunter 21 also will be fine. I thought for a second that he might have been in a little bit of trouble, but nothing too badly as of right now, but is being pushed under his tower. Probably to be expected, right? I think T has a lot better wave clear in this early game and a lot better pressure.
Yeah, he definitely does, but Thor also will get that bonus 10 power from his passive. He also can do a ton of damage if you disrespect it. But yeah, the tier just ton of sustain, ton of damage, ton of CC, just hard to match in the early game.
Hard to match indeed, as both junglers also, by the way, went for the Boombas again. Do you like that this time, or would you have preferred to see an eye this time as well?
I don't mind it so much because the Humbats and the Lancelot both have really strong AA cancels.
Ooh, you hate to see it, by the way, as the blue buff did get stolen away from the Hunter 21. A 4 without blue buff is gonna be a bit of trouble, isn't it? That's gonna feel rough.
Yeah, it is definitely. Thor is one of the more mana hungry gods, especially as an assassin, lower base mana, and his abilities cost a ton of mana, so he definitely is going to struggle with that. He might need to even take an early back if he needs to.
Yeah, I mean, like I said last game as well, he does have to teleport, so it's not the biggest deal in the world, but you hate to see it for as of right now. First blood still gotta wait for it for now. Not quite as hectic as the early game in game 1 was right around now, but hey, who do you think is going to secure this first blood here?
It's tough to say. I mean, both the mid 2v2s are quite weak, although it does favor Order of the Blight a little bit. I think the Lancelot is quite strong in the early game, but like I think the duo lane or the solo lane, I'm looking for first blood.
The solo lane, alright. Well, I mean, if it is the solo lane, it either must be a gank or probably Safa taking it over the Hunter 21, wouldn't you say? So, I mean, I think the tier has a lot more kill potential in this early game than it told us. Or am I completely wrong into saying this?
No, he definitely does. I think the Thor's main kill potential in the early game is the first 3 levels because of the extra power he gets from his passive. But now that this tier is level 5 or level 6, I mean, he has the ultimate outline, so he's just very safe and very hard to kill.
And does a lot of damage. I mean, this shield already being completed as well. It's gonna give him a little bit of an edge over it, the Glad shield that is. Sorry for not pronouncing it completely before. As into the jungle again, we see J-Boy is going, already having finished his Jotuns over here, where it looks like Blue Sliver does decide to go for Transcendence first this time, where it was Jotun's first, Transcendence second last game. Probably a bit of a better choice this time, don't you think?
Yeah, I think the Humbats picking up the Jotuns is fine because his ultimate very long cooldown until you rank it up. So I think he needs the extra CDR, and the Transcendence from the Lance. Lance has very high, like he has a lot of damage and abilities, so he has high damage potential. So and also he has a lot of mana cost. So I think going the Transcendence is fair here.
Fair indeed. As now the first bit of a brawl coming out as we're looking Fear is looking at a little bit of a buff in Fade on the blue buff for a second time here. Does not get it though, as J-Boys was there to help out the 4. And that's gonna help 4 get back into this lane a little bit as, like you said before, one of the more mana-hungry assassins in the game will be able to at least use his abilities now to clear the wave. But uh-oh, here is Blue Sliver! But 4 being up into the sky soon enough and still no first blood as of right now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Blue Sister could have used the ultimate earlier. Maybe they could have bursted him down before he got into the ult, but I can understand why he didn't try that. He doesn't have the Transcendence finish, so he doesn't do a ton of damage at the moment.
Not a ton of damage as of right now so far indeed, as Lamuni showing a little bit of tech there, being able to help his mid laner get out of the Atlas pool by using the silence after he was already pulled. Probably like possibly saving his life with Humbats being close there as well. Now a little bit of buff attempt in Fade at least from Fallen here, and they will get it as the green buff will be invaded and fall towards Fallen.
Yeah, Humbats just has fantastic buff secure with the 2, does a ton of burst damage, it's very quick, it's hard to react to in his AoE. So, I mean, he's just it's hard to contest, especially with a Ganesh Marty there.
There's still a piece of the green buff running behind Lamuni though, so a bit of a problem over there. As the shield buff did spawn as well, we see Blue Sliver going for that. But hey, Fallen is not going to give it up for free, trying to contest it a little bit, but will not secure it as the jungler from Order of Blight will also pick it up.
Yeah, it's a good rotation there. Blue Sister gets there earlier than the Humbats, so he's able to secure that shield buff for the Olorin. The Olorin not picking him up is surprising though.
Yeah, a little bit to me as well. I mean, looking at the player damage here, we see Blue Sliver on 300.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been able to do too much so far. He probably just wants to farm, get that Transcendence stacked, and then look to fight. And the Olorin could definitely, I think, could definitely use the shield buff a lot more, especially in the 1v1.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking as well. As well as I do believe that the shield just kind of gets cancelled out whenever he hops on the horse, because he gets his own shield, and shields are working a little bit weird in Smite right as of right now, as especially on Nike has been tested lately. But that's besides the point. I do agree with you that it would have probably been of more use by going towards Cheeto. In the lane here. Oh, ulting in is the here, trying to go for a buff invade, but once again, the buff has already been pulled quite far, and J-Boys is there to help out his store, so no, no goery. The buff will go towards the 4 this time, and no buff invade for Safa. Will he get the totem though? That's the next question. I'm not sure who it goes to. I think the 4 might have this. Going for the double tap, and yes, the 4 will secure the totem as well, and where Safa was looking so good in the early game, right now he's just kind of losing objectives. They might be very small objectives, and there might just be filled buff invades, but still, I mean, compared to the early game, you hate to see it.
Yeah, I mean, Thora is far better totem clear. I mean, obviously, Tyr can't knock up the totem per se, so not necessarily the greatest of totem clear, but Thor, the double tap does absolute ton of damage.
Quick buff invade here though by the Lancelot, getting rid of the purple buff for God Hunter. So no extra attack speed for the Izanami, and with already being a level down, it might be a little bit of a potential for this old one to maybe go for this first blood, as we are well heading close towards 10 minutes into the game here, and we still haven't seen a first blood.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised. Like I said earlier, there's not a ton of kill potential in these lanes. A lot of safe gods, a lot of gods that don't do very much damage in the early game. I mean, the duo lane now is where I'm looking at for first blood.
So no more solo lane, you heard it here first. It might be in the duo lane now. And, well, we have Odin versus Izanami here. It could go either way. Depends on who gets a better ultimate, in my opinion. But who would you give first blood to then?
I mean, the Oloran has the shield buff, has the purple buff. Izanami doesn't have either. So if I was to say, it'd probably be the Oloran. But they're not really fighting too much at the moment, so it's hard to say.
A little voice crack there from Magni, but hey, we'll go on anyway, as the Sichuan Beacon is spawning soon, and that might be then our first team fight. I mean, they still got like a minute or two left before it actually is there. But hey, starting to group up around there, around now, probably a bit early, but when it actually spawns, that might be our first big fight. But here into this duo lane actually might be the older one in a bit of issues. He does get grabbed by the Atlas, but being able to just run away with his flying little legs and being fine for now. I mean, Lamuni was there into the background as well, trying to help out his ADC in case Fallen followed up more, but they did not. And once again, it's Blue Sliver picking up the shield buff again. And once again, I do not agree with it.
Yeah, I mean, he really does not need it, especially now that he's got a few more levels into his abilities. I really don't think he needs it. I think Oloran definitely needs it more, considering he's very susceptible to ganks, especially by a god like Humbats, who can he's very good against the mobile gods.
Yeah, I do not understand the decision making there completely, but hey, maybe they just have some tech that I don't know. But I know a lot of steal from the Hunter 21, great wall and great double tap, stealing away the cooldown buff, and now probably getting the totem as well. As now, two crits in a row. Ultimate off the mark though from Cheeto, but here's the jungler tower dive, and someone is going to die, and it will be the Izanami falling down for first blood, as it is Lancelot confirming it for themselves. Ults being used all across the board, but first blood will finally fall down towards Order of the Blight 12 minutes into this game.
Yeah, I mean, Geo just doing way too much damage there. He's just Oloran very hard to box at these levels. He's has 2 rings online. He just does an absolute ton of damage with the Talkine's ring as well, so he's just really difficult to box. And then the Lance ult coming in, he's very good at chasing down the Izanami.
I mean, you gotta say, he was a little bit lucky there, right? Getting three crits in a row on the Oloran. But hey, sometimes luck's gotta be on your side, and God Hunter will fall down for first blood. And in direct correlation to that, the Sichuan Beacon also being confirmed by Order of the Blight. Now Beats being used by Day of Evil. Gotta be a bit careful. J-Boys is close there. The Humbats does still have ult, and now his Beats being down might mean he's a bit of a sitting duck. At least I don't have the reaction time to go up into the sky soon enough with Marty if Humbats does ult me. I don't think he does either, as my Dutch brethren. Yeah, no, I think if Humbats gets a good gank there, you are dead.
Yeah, I mean, definitely have to have very good reaction time to react off of that. But once again, even if he does get the Humbats off, like if he gets the Marty ult off, I think it's gonna cause problems for the Fallen.
Yeah, Fallen might get some picks for themselves soon here. I mean, have you seen a Humbats ult at all this game yet? Or am I crazy? I have not seen one yet.
No, I haven't seen one either.
Ooh.
I mean, there's a lot of not really much potential. I mean, going to the duo lane's risky at the moment. Cheeto has a 2-level lead, and he's very, very strong. Has the beads up, has the Aegis now as well. I mean, the Marty also very safe in lane, and the Tyr as well. I mean, it's just not a ton of potential. I mean, the Ganesh, if anything, is probably the easiest to kill.
Yeah, but even so, wouldn't you like it just to force some beats sometime? Like, not using it is just basically not having it. I mean, it's a bit of a waste, isn't it? Not using an ultimate in 12 minutes.
Yeah, especially considering he's got 30% CDR now as well, so using that ultimate's not going to be as punishing as using it very early on. So I would like to see him use it more and try and start fights himself.
Indeed. As of right now, not quite yet, but maybe it will come. I mean, I know J-Boys really likes his Humbats, and we, as a team, personally had trouble with it. So, hey, maybe he'll step it up a little bit later. It is all to fight for. There's only been 1 kill in this game so far, so hey, it can go both ways. I mean, the biggest difference right now is in this duo lane, right? Where Cheeto has a 2-level lead, but all the other lanes are pretty fine. I mean, the Hunter 21 actually having a level lead for himself, and a 2-level lead from YOLO player again as well onto this Multicarus.
Yeah, YOLO players are farming extremely efficiently on the Merlin. Was one of Merlin's strengths.
Indeed, as now, ooh, it looked like for a second that the J-Boys might have been in a bit of trouble. 2 players coming out of the bush, but no, even it wasn't enough. Just the monkey just being able to run out of there and being fine for now. And hey, how the tables have turned here, as now it's actually Four looking for a bit of an invade himself. Wall coming out, double tap coming out, and will not get it. But hey, good attempt anyways. And now you used everything, buddy. And here is the jungler, but no, Blue Sliver will force out the 4 ult, but nothing much more, as 4 will just go back to lane and just farm his lane a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Thor really, really safe with the ultimate, has Glad Shield, Manticore Spikes finish as well, so it has a nice bit of protections.
Nice bit of protections indeed. And I mean, it's worth it, right? Like a buff in Fade attempt at least, and only losing your ult. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he only has 10% CDR at the moment, but I think he did pick up the cooldown buff, so he's going to have a little bit more CDR than normal, so that ultimate will be back up more. Will be back up a lot quicker than they realized.
God Hunter actually winning the fight here over the shield buff, but Cheeto does not want him to pick it up. And that's just all around things, right? Even over the wall, just being able to throw away so much damage. Absolutely disgusting god, but here is Ludlow being spotted out by a ward and being spotted out by an enemy, I do believe. No, it was just a ward. Gold Fury actually being pulled? That's a crazy call.
Yeah, I mean, they have a ton of shred though, the Merlin, the Atlas with the Izanami as well. I mean, he just couldn't even get it.
They just get it.
Just absolutely destroyed the objective. I mean, it's just too much DPS.
Yeah, Fallen just securing the Gold Fury. A big surprise once again to me. I mean, I thought it was a crazy call to even go for it, but it was done before I could even say anything. I mean, props to them, right? Gold Fury falling down towards Fallen, and now Fallen has a bit of a gold lead, I do believe.
Yeah, it's a very good call from Fallen there. They recognize that the mid laner is not there, and they could, with the Atlas ult and the Izanami Merlin damage, they could just get it before they even contest. I mean, Lamanwi was there, but like he couldn't even place his ultimate in time.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the graphs here, as the Pyromancer is also being pulled, by the way, 2,000 gold is nothing to scoff at, and now going for the next objectives, as Pyromancer already falling down below half. Pyromancer falling down very low, but it will fall down. As the first kill will also fall down. Tyr getting a kill onto J-Boys. I'm not quite sure if the Pyromancer got stolen or not, but here is the second kill. Fallen did secure the Pyromancer I just heard, but will lose 2 people in return. Get a kill back though, Merlin, YOLO player here. Getting a kill onto Blue Sliver, who was a little bit deep, did get a kill, so that's probably why he was a bit deep. But hey, I'm not sure if it's too good. I mean, Fallen losing 2, getting 1, and getting a Pyromancer, probably worth it, right? I mean, objective over 1 kill difference, I would take that.
Yeah, I mean, once upon a time I would have said not worth, but now that the Pyromancer drops the bomb, it's absolutely worth. It's very good for sieging the bomb. It creates a lot of what was it, potential for the Fallen to siege.
Fallen to siege indeed, and here's the siege from Beacon again, and Merlin being able to throw some abilities to just catch them off guard a lot. And now the siege from Beacon will fall down towards Order of the Blight here. I do believe that they got it, as Ludlow will get a kill, and no, it actually was Fallen who got it. I'm so sorry, I was mixing the teams up here for a second, as Fallen will secure not only the beacon, but a kill after it for themselves as well. Kill did go towards the Atlas, probably not the god you want those kills on the most, but hey, a snipe is a snipe, am I right, Magni?
Yeah, I mean, this Merlin is so big right now, a 3-level lead in the mid lane, and he absolutely is running through everyone at the moment with his damage.
Uh-oh, and here's J-Boys, and there's finally is the monkey ult. No, the teleport! The teleport absolutely ruining everything, and here is the ult, post-mortem ult from Cheeto, but it's not enough, as 3 people from Fallen were underneath his tower, and Cheeto will fall down here. Finally, great ult by J-Boys, the first one I've seen all game, and it immediately was a good one. And now Day of Evil also in a lot of trouble. Tor did make the rotation over, going into the death from above, but will it be enough? No, it will not be, as he gets grabbed by Ludlow. Ludlow confirming the kill for himself, as the Hunter 21 was also still in the air to confirm it in case that did not kill. And now you got 2 people from Order of the Blight dead again. Fallen is just straight up playing better Smite right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're just absolutely running. They're just doing everything before Order of the Blight can even react. Like, Order of the Blight are just very slow and passive this game. I mean, like, the Day of Evil's 4 levels down now, which is absolutely crazy to think.
Yeah, I mean, crazy to think indeed. I mean, it is of course the substitute player who is now stepping up to be main roster after Fremdir cannot play due to availability anymore. But still, I mean, yes, yeah, I mean, Lancelot still being on 7k damage, 2k damage. Uh, do we have a 667 weaken moment here, Magni?
I mean, maybe, but I mean, he's still getting the cleanup. He's got 2 kills, so I mean, he's getting the cleanup, but he's not doing a ton of damage, which I'd expect from a Lancelot with the amount of abilities he has.
Indeed. Also, I also stream. If you're watching this, I'm so sorry if I do get the numbers wrong sometimes. It is quite hard for us to see what is going on from time to time, but we are here to try our best for you. So please keep in mind that I'm trying my best for you. As now, in the Gold Fury has been respawning, and so far, I mean, Order of the Blight, I do believe they got one Sigil Beacon, and all the other objectives so far has gone to Fallen. So probably this next Gold Fury, looking to me at least, looks like it might be going towards Fallen again. I'm stumbling right now. What's going on? Fall into the sky. This fight is just starting. Fall land on top of the Marticus. Marticus beats coming out, I do believe, over there, as now the ultimate's being abused a lot. Cheeto ult already down, and now he's not getting the first kill for himself in this fight. Blue Sliver will fall down, but this fight doesn't look too good for Fallen, but they are running in anyway. I mean, yes, Day of Evil and Sepha are quite low, but so is Yodo, and so is God Hunter. So both teams now actually deciding to back off a bit, but hey, it's actually Fallen who's just putting down the Gold Fury once again, and we have seen how fast they can do it, but hey, do decide to drop it for now as Order of the Blight going back in, and oh, what a big Fearless from Sepha will get Cheeto a double kill, but hey, that was all tier there, and now it's actually looking the other way again, and it might actually be Order of the Blight putting this Gold Fury.
Oh, that was a absolutely fantastic Fearless from Safa, but where is the vision behind, man? I mean, there's got to be no vision for that to just happen. Just it walks up behind, no blink, no ultimate, just 3-man Fearless into the Ganesha and just absolutely shreds through the Thor and the Humbats. But at the start of the
Anyway, Gold Fury will fall down towards Order of the Blight here, and now pulling the Pyromancer as well, after it was very low already with Sudoku being committed on it, and that's 2 objectives towards Order of the Blight instantly. I mean, Fallen still very much ahead in both gold and XP, but that's a very big setback.
Yeah, I mean, not sure what he's trying to do there, but that's just really bad for them. Now that Order of the Blight, they get a Pyro and a bomb for free, which is really bad. I mean, but in the previous team fight, Fallen played that team fight super duper well. It's just at the end, Sappho with a big Fearless changed the team fight in Order of the Blight's favor. But I think this Merlin right now is doing an absolute ton of the damage, flying higher the damage charts as well.
Flying high indeed, and hey, we got a Blue Sliver went above Ganesh. Can we get a round of applause for Blue Sliver for having more damage than Ganesh right now? We are 23 minutes in, and he finally did it. I really want to see this Lancelot be a bit more active in fights, don't you think, Magni?
Yeah, I'd love to see this Lance do more in these team fights, but I mean, like, this Merlin is just so big right now. I think that's probably the primary reason why it's hard for him to do anything in the team fights. He goes in, he's gonna really need Safa to go in before him so he can take a lot of the damage.
20 more seconds before this last Digital Beacon will spawn. And hey, I think they're going 1-for-1 right now, so the difference won't be too big. But hey, whoever gets this does get a nice permanent buff over the other team for the rest of the game. So it should be a very highly contested objective as of right now. But I think Fallen has the better papers.
Yeah, I mean, Fallen have the advantage right now with the mid lane difference 3 levels. I mean,
ooh, Sepha though. Sepha ulted hard in and still going strong on top of it, but Cheeto actually getting the first kill of the fight for himself as well, as J-Boys will fall down. Now on the field will go down, but 4 beats are decent. Being brought in though, Blue Sliver finally doing a lot of damage. Ult going out from Izanami, saving her own life. And only 1 kill in this fight so far, as Lamwini, Day of Evil, Sepha are all very low. But on the other side, God Hunter had to back, being very low HP himself. J-Boys being actually dead. And YOLO player is still at around half HP. The Stitchel Beacon still not done. Oh, the blink from Tear Fearless is good as well. The flicker is decent from YOLO player, making sure he gets out alive as of right now. And in the end, the Stitchel Beacon still not falling down. Order of the Blight being on top of it right now. Across half, 3/4. And yes, they will secure this objective in the end. But what a big fight over it. And well, God Hunter actually being able to, D Hunter 21 being able to being back in the fight, but just a tad late to do anything often.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good fearless there by the Safa. It puts a lot of pressure on the Merlin. The Merlin has to flicker away, and it just secures the beacon for Order of the Blight, which is nice.
And now, I mean, it's still a 2k gold difference for Fallen, but with the XP, we finally, for first in like around 10 minutes, we saw Order of the Blight actually being ahead in XP for just a tiny little second there. So hey, props to them. Everyone around level 20, so it doesn't matter too much anymore, but they're getting back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, slowly but surely, but I mean, Blues Litter, he increased his damage by 50% in just that one fight, so he's really starting to put some numbers on the board now, which I'm happy to see. He's almost matched the Humbats in terms of damage now.
Yeah, I mean, we are joking around Blue Sliver not having any damage, but Humbats is only 80 damage ahead of him. Same story goes there. J-Boys, you gotta do more in these fights, dude. We have seen you ult like 3 times now. You're 26 minutes in. Do something, brother. Like, you gotta show more of a presence.
Yeah, I would like to see him go in a bit deeper and try and get the ultimate so that it redirects the Order of the Blight back towards his team, because he's getting a lot of these ultimates, but the problem is he's put it in front of them so they just get ulted the other direction, which is not really the greatest for your team.
Indeed, as the Titans have been unleashed and the Titan from Fallen already dead. Of course, not the end of the game, just the Unleashed Titans. But hey, that means Order of the Blight still got a Titan in this solo lane to fall down, to go ahead and break down this tower. And this Titan does a lot of damage towards tower, so it probably will mean the end of the tier 1 tower. Yes, there it goes, and it's still marching down, still going towards this tier 2 as well. Safa ulting in, being stunned out for now. So nothing big going over through it, but just a lot of poke from both teams being thrown around. And now it's actually Order of the Blight falling back a bit. Might hide in one of these bushes. Might look towards the tier 1 in mid. A lot of options on the table for the Order side team here.
Yeah, I think Safa had a bit of potential there to get a 2-man fearless and maybe turn the fight in their favor.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Blink Fearless is good again, but there is the beats from YOLO player. Will be able to get out of there, but that's a 170 second cooldown over there. As the Pyromancer will fall down, and now Day of Evil in a death from above already. There is the big Oloron ulti, but it won't do much, and the Hunter 21 just in his own ult being able to get out for now. No picks this fight, but a lot of low health boss, and the Pyromancer did fall down towards Order of the Blight.
Yeah, all the ultimates are used except for the Atlas, so I mean, that was a really good Ganesh ult there from the man where he locks down 3 people and Thor has to ult to get out.
I mean, that's pretty much the story of the game right now. I don't think I've seen the Hunter 21 ult in once. I've only seen him ult out so far, or am I incorrect? Can you remember any time that he ulted in Magni?
The one time in mid, he ulted it after the Humbat, so and did hit a nice 3-man ult, but didn't amount to much.
Alright, fair enough. He did ult in once then. I guess my memory is just not the best that it used to be. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting very old. As Boomba's Spear and Boomba's Hammer, we see both of them, different upgrades for different teams. What do you think?
I'm interested to see how the Boomba Spear pickup works, because it does provide a ton of power and penetration, but the Boomba's Hammer passive is just so unbelievably strong.
It sure is. I mean, those cooldowns, they're going down fast, but hey, if you can secure an objective or you can secure a buff, the spear will also just practically get you back to full HP like a Kali passive. So nothing to scoff at there as well, as now the Fire Giant dance has finally actually begun. Quick little pull here, but also immediately drops, so nothing to be scoffed at over there. But Tear getting a triple stun with his ult, going in hard. There's the ult from the Ganesh as well. There's the... okay. All the ults being used here from Order of the Blight. Only Day of Evils was not on cooldown yet, as he was still in the air, but all of them being used, and now they finally did get a pick onto YOLO player, and that's probably the player you want to get most in these fights as of right now. So that's a huge pick indeed. Safa being alive there, also surprising, but very huge. Yeah, I mean, some of these ults were a bit misplaced, a bit not the best, but hey, you got a pick, you won the fight, I'm not hating, as now the Fire Giant is actually being pulled. Sapphire being able to teleport back in on this sphere, just being able to single-handedly zone the entire team from falling off, as this Pyro, this Fire Giant is still being pulled, and it's actually getting low now, as it should fall down freely for Order of the Blight here. Yes, it will! And now they might look for a fight.
I mean, Safa goes absolutely big in that fight. A huge 3-man ult completely puts the fight in their favor, and then they kill YOLO player off of it as well, which is good because he's been the one that's provided the most damage for Fallen at 25k, like miles ahead of everyone else. So it's good that they took him out and were able to get the FG. That's a really good play by Safa.
Really good play indeed. I mean, I couldn't have worded it better. That's why I'm just repeating your words right now. Anyway, with the Fire Giant here for Order of the Blight, it's not quite EFG yet. I do believe that I got it before the 30-minute mark. So, well, apparently I am wrong and it is EFG, so these towers should fall down very quickly. I mean, there's still a tier 1 tower in dual lane, so they're running over there right now. But hey, they should fall down very quickly indeed. I mean, maybe like 5 basic attacks from the YOLO run? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, with the Bumper Spear on the Lancelot as well, I mean, they just... any objective in front of them is just gone in an instant. They definitely have the upper hand now. They have Marty's late game, Olorin's full build, the Ganesh with the heroism finish as well is going to be able to provide a ton of peel for the Marty and the Olorin.
I mean, yeah, I mean, going into this game, it's looking more and more like we are going to get a game 3 here. And then I've got to ask you, what does Fallen have to do here to, like, not lose?
I think they just, they do have a really good team for Phoenix defenses, so I think they just got to abuse the Merlin to their advantage, use the Merlin, just try and get out as much poke as possible, and use the Humbad Salt to try and maybe put some pressure on the backline and get them off of the Phoenix, but that's clearly not happening.
Well, no, the Hunter 21 teleporting in and instantly just dying with the Oldrun ult being on top of the Phoenix. Phoenix also already falling down. They do have the EFG once again, so this Phoenix didn't stand much of a chance, but a bit of a strange teleport there, especially with having no way really out of the Oldrun ult. You're just a bit of a sitting duck, and well, I think he felt it as he did fall down quite instantly.
Yeah, I think it was very greedy there to just not use the ultimate to just run away. I'm not sure why he tried to use the TP and then TP in and just insta-die. He should have just ulted away and then just backed, and then he could have helped his team, but I don't know.
Probably thought he could defend a bit better than they actually could, but this EFG being an absolute menace, and there is the blink in from Sepha, ult in from the Lancelot as well as the Phoenix was already falling. The Phoenix fell down before the bomb went off. Just saying that the bomb didn't hit anything there, as Atlas now running down towards this tier, but not being able to do much, and one Phoenix standing in between the Titan and Order of the Blight right now.
Yeah, I mean, 2 Phoenixes down, but they would have added a little bit of PTSD at the moment, as what we've seen last game with the 4-man dodge ult that completely turned the game into Fallen's favor. So they probably are going to play a little bit more careful than me.
Yeah, that's something that Humbad's ult can do just as good, of course. So I do get why they're playing a bit careful now. I mean, I probably like it to just back off here, wait for next fire. They can't defend it. They have 2 Phoenixes down. They probably just win off that, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you'd think so, but then obviously what we've seen last game it happened. So you never know. You never know. Especially with the way the meta is at the moment is very heavy late game, like hyper late game. Everyone getting full builds. Everyone is starting to do damage. Or everyone's really tanky. It's just how it is at the moment. So I think the Fallen aren't out of it just yet. I do think they're still in it.
They still, I mean, yeah, it's a game of Smite. Anything can happen. It's minute 1 till minute done in the trenches, and you're not dead until this Titan does fall down. So hey, they have everything to play for, especially with gods like Humbats, who can still disrupt like 5 people in his ult if he does place it well. I mean, yes, there are some beats on Order of the Blight, but for example, this Ganesh doesn't have beats, this tier doesn't have beats. Yeah, I mean, Cheeto doesn't have beats up for another 30 seconds. You can get a really good triple ult there if they group up too much.
Yeah, I mean, if they're if they got the timers down, I mean, they could definitely look to try and ult Cheeto here, but I don't think they do, as they're just pushing up mid at the moment, and Order of Blight just waiting for the next Fire Giant. I mean, they have a ton of DPS, so it's going to be hard to um contest.
It's looking more and more like we are going into game 3 here, as this next EFG is also just pretty much being ignored by Fallen. Just getting all the farm they can as of right now and looking to defend their Titan at all cost. Would you have liked them to step up to this Fire Giant here, or do you like the call where they just say, okay, we're gonna defend on our Titan?
I'm stepping up to the EFG is very risky here. I think if they were to step up, they'd have to step up as a 5. I think stepping up as a 4 or less is just kamikaze. So I think they just have to, if they want to step up, they have to step up for a 5 or not step up at all when they're choosing to not step up at all, which I think is the right decision.
Alright, well, you hit it here first, folks. Magni thinks it is the right decision, so, well, screw me, I guess. I would have stepped up there any day of the week, but that's also why I'm playing an LD. Looking at this last Phoenix here, though, are the 5 players from Order of the Blight. I mean, the only one who is not quite there is Blue Sliver, who is in mid being a menace as well, with YOLO player close to him. I mean, the second they walk in and this Phoenix kind of just falls down, right? But it is still scary if a Humbats with ult up. 4 could land down on you any second if he's not in the field of vision for a second. There's the Humbats blink and the ult going down as well, but, well, Cheeto responds by an ult of himself. Will fall down towards the tool, but YOLO player also falling down is pretty big in the back.
Oh.
As Blue Sliver getting a double kill here. That is J-Boy's falling down as well. Blue Sliver with a triple kill and finally stepped up. I mean, I guess he was farming for this entire game, and oh baby, a triple. Might be more. Might be, no, Day of Evil will get the 4th kill here, and everyone from Order of the Blight is falling down very low here, actually fountain diving. As
The Atlas ult.
Atlas getting a double kill. Well, this is a little bit too far to go into fountain, boys. Titan down very low though. Oh no, will be enough. Will be enough. It will be enough. The acid rain from the Maticarus will make sure that Fallen lose game 2. We're going 1-1 as game 2 is a wrap, and it goes towards Order of the Blight.
Yeah, I was getting a little bit of flashbacks there. I thought the Atlas, the 2-man Atlas pull into the fountain. I thought, oh no, here we go again, round 2. But luckily, the Marty and the Lancelot able to secure the win for Order of the Blight, and they played much better this game. And what is surprising to me is that the team I thought had the better comp in this game lost, and the team I thought I had the better comp in game 1 lost. So I don't know. I think it's just based
I think
on
you're cursed,
playing
mate.
better.
I think you're cursed.
I actually
But
am.
yeah, what a game again. I mean, what a set this is. I mean, yes, it is a set for first place by the end of the season, because this is the last week of the season. But I was not expecting this set to be so competitive and so fun to watch. Don't you think, Magni?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying watching this. I mean, game 1 was very good to watch. I mean, even though it doesn't look like it, I think in game 2, I think Safa was definitely the best player on the map by far. I thought he played really fantastic. Also, Frey played really well, but in the yellow player played really well. But in the late game, I don't know, he wasn't getting as much peel as I would have liked him to got. So he would kind of got left to the Sharks.
Yeah, and I also want to talk about Day of Evil here. I mean, last game was one of his first games this entire season for the team, so it might have been a bit of stress shivers being new into this comp. But, well, I mean, not new because he played week 1, but you know what I mean. He was their bench player for a pretty long time. So what I want to say anyway is I think this game he very much stepped up and played a lot better than game 1.
Yeah, I mean, he did. He was like 3-4 levels down for a lot of the game, but I think Yoda player was just playing so well to be that far ahead. And but Day of Evil in the late game played really well, doing a ton of damage as Mari does, and just bringing the team to a victory.
A victory indeed. And, well, there you have it, folks. We are going to a game 3, and to allow my voice to rest for a little bit and to allow us to get a drink, we will go to a quick commercial break here as we get game 3 ready. So we'll see you in a bit. Welcome back, and I have a quick surprise for you. We want to wish our one and only favorite Kiddington a happy birthday. And just because of this, Kiddington, you are forced to put me as #1 LD ADC for next week. Just so you know, thank you so much. And also, meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Right, Magni?
Yeah, I mean, happy birthday to you, Kit, but I do agree with what you said there.
Yeah, so that was Cats for Let's Get Into Game 3. I hope Game 3 is gonna be as exciting as the first two. We had a bit of a delay before we went into it, so maybe both teams just talk to each other for a little bit. As we see the Scylla, Isha respect bands once again. We see the Kali and the Awedix once again as well. So nothing's changing up so far. And, well, are we gonna see anything special or different this time, or is it going to be more of the same? Please tell me, Magni.
I mean, if the Marty gets through, I expect Fallen to lock that in first pick. But apart from that, I expect Order of Blight to maybe run back a similar draft. Maybe run back the tier, because I thought the tier.
Well, that's bad.
Speaking of the tier,
I am the
maybe not
king
run back
of
the tier, but
beasts.
I think maybe running back the Cullen would be very good.
Marty did go through, and it did get first picked for the third game in a row by Fallen again. So, I mean, so far, whoever had Marty won. So, hey, it's looking good for Fallen so far, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the Marty is just it's just extremely strong at the moment. This brings a ton of damage to the table.
A ton of damage indeed. And the Ganesh being played for a third time as well. And for a third time, Lamwini will pick it. Even though Nox this time was not banned out, so no target ban there. So he could have picked it up, but Carlson decided to go for it. As they don't want to give J-Boys the Humbats again, so Order of Blight will pick it for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're going for a style of draft for themselves, but I mean, the Humbats Ganesh already 2 good lock-ins, 2 really good high CC gods. Marty's gonna have a tough time dealing with them.
Indeed. I mean, and not only the Marty, but whatever else gets picked up here as well. Maybe, yeah, I mean, Athena as well. As long as
It's
you don't
time to
build,
turn this
you're a bit of a
battle
sitting duck
in our
on the
favor.
Athena,
Have yet to
especially
see
with
the
Ganesh
meaning
silence.
of cruel.
But Athena Darchi once again, I mean, like you said, in game 1, Athena is a good beats burner, and if you have a Darchi on top of that, you're gonna pull some people in.
Yeah, I mean, I like that they're running back the draft from game 1 because while it wasn't wholeheartedly the strongest draft, but in the team fights, it was an extremely powerful draft. Just so much beast burn potential, so much damage, just so much AoE that they just couldn't deal with.
Olorando is a game 2 pick that might be locked back in
Behold,
here.
true divinity.
And it will get locked by Order of the Blight, and I will assume that it goes back to Cheetah once again. I mean, in the late game, he went pretty decently big on the Oloran last game. Had a bit of a tough time in the laning phase, but nothing too bad. And against the Marty, I think it will do fine. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I think it will, but the Oloran is a little bit of a risky pick into the Darji Athena. A lot of beats burning potential. He's definitely going to need some help this game.
Yeah, no CC immunity in the ult is going to be something to look at, as Jormungandr gets banned out as well as the big monkey. So no double monkey draft for Order of the Blight, as Sun Wukong is off the board.
Yeah, I mean, Sun Wukong right now is definitely one of the better solo laners. He's very hard to kill, does a lot of damage, provides a really good CC with a 1.4 second Tiger stun, and he's just annoying to deal with in general.
4 being locked out now as well, and are we gonna see a third solo lane ban out here? No, it will actually be the Chernonos being banned out here by Fallen. It's surprising, to say the least. I don't think Chernonos would get picked here any
It
day
is
of the week.
time for some fireworks!
No, not necessarily, but here's a pick that hasn't been touched the entire set, not a single ban or a pick. But Baba Yaga, definitely one of the best mages right now. She is very strong, very hard to kill, easy, can stack that prophetic cloak, which is what people have been doing, which makes her extra tanky. has that huge shield on her ultimate, and it's just really, really difficult to deal with at the moment.
Another mate that is pretty highly contested is Janus being locked in here for Fallen. And YOLO player on the Janus is a bit of a hype, you know. I think he can do so much on this pick, and Janus also having the build in penetration. Pretty solid mage, don't you think?
Yeah, I like it here with the Athena and the Janus as 2 global rotations. That's going to be very annoying to deal with, especially for a god like Oleron, who's not the most mobile.
Not the most mobile indeed.
Are
so
you ready
the dual
for
lane
me?
might have a bit of a problem, as we see an execute here with Achilles being locked in here. And like I said before, with this tanky meta, I mean, Baba Yaga, like you said as well, with a big shield. I like picks with execute, so I really like the Achilles here. I think it was banned out last game. In the second phase at least, but this time it will be picked up by the Hunter 21, and I'm looking forward to whatever he can do on it.
Yeah, I like the Achilles pickup here because they have a lot of Aegis burning potential with the Mari and the Janus. So that Oleron and the Baba is going to have a lot of pressure on them, especially the Baba, because if she gets stuck while casting her ultimate, I mean, it's just a free.
I'm coming for you, laddie!
As Safa is going back towards the Kukulan here in the solo lane, and well, they might have not won that game, but the Kukulan was doing so much damage in game 1, so I also like this pick.
Yeah, I love this pick because now that he's playing in a matchup where he gets an absolute ton of pressure, a ton of wave pressure, totem pressure, cooldown buff pressure over the Achilles, it's going to be even better for Safa than it was in game 1 with the Ornn.
Indeed. So, well, anyways, that is that. And we got these 2 teams for you. There are some technical difficulties, so you have to bear with us a little bit longer while looking at these picks. Who do you think is the better team?
From a team fight point of view, I love Order of the Blight draft. I mean, the Humbas, Oleron, Ganesh ults with the Kukulano. I mean, it's just absolute ton of team fight potential. But like, don't be like, be concerned about Fallen because they have the Beads burning and the Aegis burning potential, and they can just run through a fight with what they've drafted.
Run for the fight they could indeed. I mean, the beats burning from Fallen as well is just something to always be concerned about. And one thing I am looking forward to is maybe some sneaky plays with Janus ult, you know, like teleporting your entire team just to the other, like, for example, you're fighting at solo lane Phoenix and just ulting your entire team towards the dual lane Phoenix, something like that. Do you think anything like that could be happening this game?
Potentially. I mean, the good thing about the Janus Athena as well is it's going to make these side lanes very comfortable. I mean, the Achilles and the Mari are going to be very hard to gank with this Athena and the Janus, because if they do try to gank and they don't have any vision, they're going to get caught off guard and counter ganked.
I mean, yeah, and as much as Day of Evil stepped it up game 2, YOLO player is still one of, if not the best mid laner in the LD right now. And securing big leads for himself in every game so far, and already out-rotating on picks like Merlin and Scylla, let alone having the Janus now? I think if I'm the dual lane or the solo lane from Orders of Blight, I'm shaking in my pants as of right now, with this Janus potentially being in my lane a lot more than I would like.
Yeah, I mean, the Janus is going to be a hard pick to deal with, but they do have a good ways of dealing with it. They have the Humbats, which is very good at chasing the Janus, obviously with the Sacred Monkey. It lands on him, you can just TP after him, which is really nice. And also the Kukullan, obviously Janus is not a traditional frontline, doesn't traditionally kill frontliners very well, so he's going to have a tough time dealing with the Kukullan.
Indeed, I'm looking at Safa and Blue Sliver here to eliminate YOLO player. And then, I mean, on the other side, like I was talking about before, with Achilles with the execute, I think the Hunter 21 can wreak some real havoc onto the backline of Order of the Blight. I'm also looking, I mean, we didn't see too much of those very big ultimates by Cheeto on the Oleron in game 2, but maybe in this game, stepping it up a bit more. I mean, you have a bit more people who just can't really escape from it, right? Like a Janus, unless he's close to wall, is gonna have a hard time getting out of that ulti. Athena, it already takes ages to charge up the dash normally, let alone if you are in an Oleron ult. I'm looking forward to see it being abused a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the game one there wasn't, sorry, game two there wasn't a crazy amount of good all Reynolds, but in this game, I mean, most of them have dashes or non-traditional movement abilities. Achilles could have a tough time dealing with it, although he generally doesn't. He can deal with that quite well. The Daji is quite good here for the Oleranor. Obviously can take herself up into the air and cause a lot of problems.
Cause a lot of problems indeed. And I mean, looking at these teams, it's so exciting. I mean, 1-1. We couldn't have asked for any more than a game free. This game deserved a game free. This game deserved to be cast. I'm so happy to be here together with you, Magni. I just want to preface that for a second. Thank you as well, Twitch chat, for watching and chatting away with us. And meow 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 meow. I think I saw some more being redeemed. So as of right now, there you go, chat. And I hope we can get into game soon. They did have some technical difficulties, that's why it's taking a little bit longer than before. So going over matchups once more. Yeah, so going into matchups once more, both junglers have a pretty prevalent ult. I mean, I think Dachi ult is a little shorter cooldown than the Humbat's ult, but both are giant beats burners and big, fight switchers in team fights. Is there any, which one would you prefer in your team?
I mean, probably the Humbass. He just has the most potential because his ultimate's a lot quicker and it's a lot harder to react to than the Dodgy ult. The Dodgy ult is quite reactable unless the Dodgy player is very quick with the ultimate. I mean, the Humbass ult is just almost impossible to react to sometimes.
I mean, sure is. The only problem with dodgy, of course, is if you do pre-beats, you're still gonna be dragged in. Just gotta wait until your beats wears off before you hit them. If you do hit them with the beats, no can do. You won't be able to grab them. And then, I mean, looking at the mid lane as well, we see Giannis. We've already talked about Giannis and Baba so much, I don't even know what to say anymore. We're so sorry for running a bit out of topics. There was a remake as Fallen forgot to switch between picks, and that is why we're waiting a bit longer. As well with the spectator having to go back in, and they probably forgot to put down low spectator timers. So shame on them. That's why we're suffering right now, aren't we, Magni?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to get into game 3, man. The suspense is killing me.
The suspense is killing all of us, as it looks like we're finally in with a minute before the buff spawn. We're looking at the Order Titan here. What a sexy ass Titan, don't you think? Order of the Blight versus Fallen. The last game. This will decide whoever wins the league during normal season and who goes as a first seeded team into playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a very tense game. It's gonna be a lot of pressure, a lot of nerves. It's gonna be. I think we're gonna see a lot of mistakes, but we're gonna see a lot of plays as well.
A lot of pace as well. And, you know, as of right now, people are just lacking a bit on the damage chart, don't you think? I mean, seeing everyone on 0 damage, it's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, I mean, it do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that indeed. All right, jokes aside though, let's go look at the build so far. We see Cheeto going once again for the arrow onto the other one here, and the with Bluestone for the Meticulous. Pretty normal stuff here. Anything in particular you like to point out? For example, the Humbats finally going Eye of the Jungle?
Yeah, I mean, you say finally going Eye of the Jungle. I mean, I would have rather gone numbers on the Humbat specifically, but I mean, this Yanis build is very common, very old tech Yanis build. The conduit to Cronus Pendant is he's just the best mage with that build when it's strong. So I'm not surprised to see him go at Baba, obviously rushing the Warlock staff as well. Not surprised to see that either.
Yeah, meow 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 meow. Thank you, printers, for redeeming like 8 meows. As in the duo lane here, minions are pushing up, and we once again see the Oloron having a little bit more pressure on here as of right now. So I was a bit confused, as the overlay does seem to be turned around. It's actually Fallen on the left of your screen and Order of the Blight on the right, so please do keep that in mind as we're fighting for the totem here. And it does seem like, I do believe Hunter did get that on the Achilles, right? Yes, he did.
Yeah, it always feels nice to get totems, especially on a god that doesn't have very good wave clear, and can get their blue buff invaded quite easily. It's always very nice to have the totems in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, this Achilles level 5 onwards, it's a bit of a menace, but until then, it's gonna have a rough time, especially against the aggression from someone uh, like a Kukulan, being able to go into that rage form, both opting to go for straight defense instead of one of the shields this time. Do you think that's the better call to just straight up go into like a breastplate or anything in that tree, or would you have preferred to see a glad shield here on one of them?
I think on the I think I like it on both sides. I mean, I think the Achilles is going to go for the regrowth, and the Cucullin's going to go for the contagion. So I'm not too concerned about it. Although I do prefer Glad Shield because it does have a ton of HP 5, which is just really nice, especially in the early game.
Very nice indeed. I mean, we have seen them being forced to back so early, so often with all of their health problems. So HP 5, never something to scoff at. So in the dual lane, yes, it's still overrun with pressure. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you be surprised? Magical ADCs might be a bit better than we thought they were.
I mean, perhaps, but I mean, all of them with that change recently. I mean, I said it's about an even trade, and I still think it's due. I still think it is an even shift, but Olorin just in comp in general, he's always going to be far better than he is in your ranked and casuals games.
Indeed, as well. I mean, as expected, Achilles does get pushed out, and they were looking with the Safa was looking for a quick blue invade there, but hey, J-Boy's there in time to make sure that his solo laner does get his blue buff. Probably gets scuffed at if he doesn't. Maybe gets bullied out of call, and we don't want that to happen. So hey, good on him for being there in time. Mid camps though, going towards the monkey here.
Yeah, I mean, the Achilles not having the TP, I think, is a little bit surprising this game, even with the Humbats on the other side, because
Uh-oh. What? Oh, Sepha will fall down for first blood. Hunter just absolutely calculated, perfect stun to get Sepha on exactly the damage he needs for the execute, being completely in range. I think he might have been like 34% health out of the 35 that you need for the Achilles execute. Great plays, and first blood goes towards Fallen in this game. A lot earlier than both other games, and indeed it is the 35%. I mean, good on them. Like, a great job, Hunter 21. Great plays.
yeah, I mean, that Achilles buff recently, where they increased the execute threshold by 5%, just really showed there. I mean, if that was Achilles a few patches ago, that would not have been an execute. That would have just been a retreat from the Cucullin. But now, that whole argument I had about not having TP just went down the drain because he gets first blood and now takes the lead against the Cucullin.
Indeed. I mean, I still would have liked the TP because you probably would have liked to back here your half HP. Now you're going to lose all your pressure. Actually, does back here, so he's going to lose that entire wave to tower. So I disagree with you. I would have still liked the TP here. But hey, at least he got first blood. That's very massive.
Yeah, I mean, the Achilles goes Contagion, which is extremely strange here because while they do have the Aura and the Baba, I think the regrowth is just much better for the laning phase.
Yeah, and I mean, as much as Fallen has a very good comp, like I mean, sorry, I'm confusing teams because of the overlay right now. As much as Order of the Blight have a good comp for beats, like they have the Humbats, they have the Oler ult. 5 beats his first relic onto Fallen. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised because of the Humbats, the Olerin, and the Ganesh, but I mean, I do think maybe the not again.
Okay, well, Sapphire is gonna have an awful time as Hunter 21 just does the exact same thing once again, instantly. Good on him, we'll get his blue buff immediately after, and Hunter, what are you cooking, dude? Get out of the kitchen, or actually, no, stay in there. Whatever you're cooking, it's smelling very nice. You're 2-0. You're having all the kills in the games right now. You're playing so well.
I mean, I'm absolutely dumbfounded right now. Like, the Achilles has 2 kills at 6 minutes with 2 executes and 2 solo kills.
And it's gonna get even worse forward of the Blight. They're getting 3 out right now. The Yodo player might be in a bit of trouble as Blue Sliver trying to get something back, but no, Day of Evil will fall down as well, and it's 3-0 after 6 minutes, like you were saying. 2 kills for the solo lane and 1 kill for the mid laner from Fallen.
Yeah, I mean, every finish just clicking right now for Fallen. They just the Barber couldn't get her ult off in time, just gets absolutely shredded by the Yanis damage, and just I mean, everything's just falling into place for Fallen right now.
Indeed. I mean, looking at the graphs, it's still only around 600 gold. It's not the biggest deal, but 1300 XP, 7 minutes in? That's a bit rough, dude.
Yeah, I mean, most of that is in the mid lane, and once again, I mean, the Giannis having a 2-level lead.
What a baller this the YOLO player indeed is, and now Humbert's in a bit of trouble as well. We'll be able to just jump out fine as of right now, and now it's actually Giannis in a bad position, but hey, he says, I am Giannis, I have portals, woo! So he just gets out for free.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one great thing about Giannis that a lot of mages don't have is like infinite safety.
Infinite safety indeed. I mean, as long as your cooldowns are even close to being up, you will be fine. And with J-Boys being here and the execute range misses it. Oh no, Hunter, what are you doing? You missed the ult, but here's J-Boys going for the ult as well. And now the question is, will he fall down before? No, he will not. And J-Boys will get the kill onto Sefa. Sefa falling down again, and Hunter living there. Because of the protections you get from Athena ult, Ludlow actually saving his solo and his life there by protections alone.
Wow.
Pretty massive. I wouldn't be surprised if Sefa rage quits this game.
That was an absolutely huge Athena ult, because if Hunter dies there with the Athena ult on him, I think the Dodgy dies as well. So the fact that he lives there and that Athena's able to TP in and help out is just huge for a Fallen.
Yeah, it's 35% mitigated, as we just saw on our screen. That's absolutely massive, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that Athena ult is just saved Fallen right there, because Safa could have very well gotten back into the game with a double kill, and that would have been really bad for Fallen. But a huge Athena ult and really good play by there from Ludlow.
Yeah, I mean, J-Boy's also having a great rotation. And I mean, what we were talking about earlier in the game, we were talking behind the scenes of how Order of the Blight probably would have a better chance if they did a certain thing, but it's actually Fallen doing exact the thing that we were talking about during the break, and it's working out, dude. 4-0 after with 8.5 minutes being played, they are looking very comfortable right now.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, the Achilles having some kills to his name and an assist is just, I don't know, it's just unexpected for me, man.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's unexpected. I know Hunter21 is a decent player, and like I was saying, I wanted to see these executes before. I think they're so strong as of right now. I am more surprised by Sefa. I think Sefa is a very, very good player, and like he has seen in the first 2 games as well. I'm just surprised by him dying 3 times so early.
Yeah, I think the first 2 deaths, I think he's just disrespecting the Achilles execute a little bit. He's kind of just letting himself getting into the threshold, and then he doesn't have the salmon leap and just gets executed. I mean, it's easy to do it the first time, but the second time, you gotta learn your lesson.
And once again, we see Giannis being Giannis here, being able to portal out of danger. Even though Lamuni was there with an ult and Day of Evil was there with an ult, but Order of the Blight leave empty-handed. All they got was the beats from the mid laner from Fallen, which I guess is a little bit of a win, but using 2 ultimates for it feels a bit rough. But hey, you take anything you can as of right now. Fighting for the mid camps here is J-Boys together with Blue Stiffer, and I do think Blue Stiffer got both of them, so that's at least good for Order of the Night, as the Sigil Beacon is spawning within 2 minutes from now, so you gotta be a bit careful for that.
Yeah, I mean, the Sigil Beacon, we talked about it before, it gives movement speed, it gives bonus structure damage, and it's just overall really strong. A really key thing to get in these games, especially with now this game Fallen don't necessarily have the greatest of DPS or objective secures. The Giannis obviously for his secure, the further away the better the secure, but obviously the longer duration the secure could take. So
I mean, yeah, but neither do Fallen, right? I mean, neither do Fallen, right? I mean, and Order of the Blight, right? It did get turned around. It's correct now. I'm so sorry. I was turning them around because it was wrong before, but now it's correct, so I won't have to make the same mistake again. Neither do Order of the Blight, right? Because, I mean, Baba Yaga is not known for their objective secure.
no, definitely not. But they do have far better objective DPS with the Oleron instead of the Martikers. So if there was a team to look for objectives, I think it would be Order of the Blight with the Ganesh and the Oleron.
I mean, the Oleron does provide a lot of security indeed by just making sure no one can really step up to it. However, it might not even be necessary. J-Boy's up into the air here with the Paolao. I do believe hit Day of Evil, but Day of Evil going into the ult, making sure they don't get pulled, so no one really falls down in the end anyway, but 2 ultimates, well, towards 1. Beats being used as well by the Athena, though, is something to keep in mind here. Ludlow losing out on those beats, but hey, nothing too major, just a little bit of a loss to Fallen there in that fight, I would say.
Yeah, I think she maybe could have saved the beads. I mean, she was very healthy. I think she just panicked a little bit and used the beads, but better to be safe than sorry, right?
Better to be safe than sorry indeed, but now you don't have them anymore, and now you're in a bit of trouble. Will be able to dash out around half HP, so fine as of right now, but the Sigil Beacon spawned, and it's already half, it's already 3/4, it's already 90%, and it will fall down towards Order of the Blight. We'll get the first beacon here, and for being 4-0 down this early, they're not showing it. They're just getting these objectives like it's nothing, as the Gold Fury is now also being pulled. Gold Fury around half. Still around half. It's getting a little bit lower. Oloran ult is here, so no contest will be really possible. Death from above is CC immunity, so maybe it actually...
Order of the Blight.
I do think Order of the Blight did get the secure at least, and they will also get a kill, but will fall down themselves as well. It's a 1-for-1 as right now mid laner for the ADC. But J-Boy's not being done just yet. Getting Blue Sliver on top of this. Getting Sepha as well. Sepha will get the CC immunity, so we'll be fine. Why are you going on top of that? What are you doing, J-Boys? J-Boys will fall down towards Sepha. Why would he ult in place with that HP? That's surprising to me. I think he's dead anyway, right? But still, I don't think that's the play, dude. What do you think, Magni?
I mean, there's not really much you can do there. He may as well. I mean, maybe if he had a rotation from someone, maybe they could have killed the Humbats. But even then, like, it's still highly unlikely. I mean, the fight just goes really well for her. I mean, Safa, he's had a poor lane in this game, but my god, that his presence there was definitely the difference. Gets 2 kills and helps his team secure a Gold Fury. Just absolutely massive for him and his team.
Yeah, kiting up a little bit as well. Again, he's only 1 level down as of right now. Both Solon is now on 2 kills. Sepha just having 3 deaths on top of that. So hey, gotta think about that, I guess. But that means across the board, we see a 3-level lead for YOLO player. That's too big. That shouldn't happen. And now J-Boys on top of Cheeto, beats being used, body box coming out. But there's the controller, the sensitivity maybe a little bit off, not being able to hit those basic attacks, trying to turn around, and Cheeto will live another day.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to feel horrible for Cheeto though. He's had to use his beads on a slow, and never feels good to have to do that. Now this is good opportunity for the Athena and the Dodgy to go back there to maybe get a pull or a taunt.
Pyromancer being pulled though by Order of the Blight will get dropped as soon as Ludlow shows his face around the corner. Does not really want to do that, as now Sentry Waltz across the map getting good value out of his money, making sure he gets 2 walls down with 1 sentry, and you only lose 20 gold at that point, so good on him. Good sentry from Ludlow, and now Vision is for Fallen on top of this Pyromancer.
Yeah, I mean, even though there's a 3-level difference in mid, there is also a 3-level difference in the jungle, but in favor of Order of the Blight, so it kind of evens it out a little bit. But I think it's very surprising to see, it's more surprising to me to see the Humbats 3 levels above the Darji than the Janus to be 3 levels above the Baba.
Yeah, I personally think that so far... Did he hit it? He did! This might be a lot of trouble. Huge. Cheeto will fall down towards the ADC God Hunter from Fallen, so good on him. And this fight isn't over yet. Safa in a lot of trouble as well. Safa will fall down again, and the kill will go towards the Janus. A little bit upsetting for this Achilles, as he did try to execute. This execute is on cooldown now. Might have been able to execute this Baba Yaga instead as well now, but Baba Yaga will live. I mean, you like to give your mid laner some kills, right? But I would have liked to see the execute reset there. Then again, Hunter 21 getting out with a sliver of HP.
Fallen just doing really well. Both sides of the map, creating presence, creating pressure. And they know that J-Boys knows Cheeto's beads is down, so he goes over there, gets the pull, which was really clutch considering his side of the Oloran as well, and just confirms the kill. And then on the other side of the map, they kill the Kukullan. I mean, it's just good play from Fallen overall.
It is good play from Fallen overall, and I mean, we're gonna keep saying it the entire time, and I hate to do this to Day of Evil, but Giannis, YOLO player, level 16 already, while the Baba Yaga is only level 13. This Giannis is gonna do so much. I mean, looking at the player chart, player damage charts, he's not on top, but he's slowly getting there. And early game Giannis doesn't really do anything, so being already this high is quite impressive.
Yeah, I mean the Giannis pick this game has just been doing way too much work, and I mean the Baba pick has just been suffering really. I mean, 4 levels down now is just, I mean, it's happened in every game almost, hasn't it?
I do believe so, yes.
I mean, it's just not good for Day of Evil. I mean, I think the Giannis just must be securing all the mid cams, must be securing the green buffs, all the farm he can.
All the farm indeed, and 7-2 now, 17 minutes in. So,
Yeah.
I mean, with these junglers, we see Blue Sliver. That is, the jungle is just the complete different story, right? Where YOLO player has so much, so big of a lead on top of Day of Evil. Blue Sliver is having a ginormous lead on top of J-Boys, also being around 3 to 4 levels, as we saw on the charts just now, right before, how close it actually is with these spikes going back and forward. This is game 1 and game 2 basically inside of each other.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very unique situation at the moment. The fact that the jungler is 4 levels down, but the mid laner is 3 levels ahead is kind of it's very weird to see. But I mean, Blues Lister just must be just getting, like, must just be farming way more efficiently this game. I mean, 4 levels up in the jungle, especially with the way jungle is at the moment, is just very, very big.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to say before something big happened, but I think J-Bush is just really trying to help his team out, where Blue Sliver has just been farming more. But you gotta find a balance, right? I think J-Bush might be, like, going for these ganks just a little bit too much, especially only having 1 kill, 1 assist. That is not enough for being 4 levels down. You're not helping your team enough. I mean, YOLO player is doing fine on himself, as this Sigil Beacon, by the way, has been spawned, and it seems like it's going towards Order of the Blight now. A lot of ultimates being used already. Safa tanking in hard on top, getting everyone from Fallen away, but Fallen is wanting to give this up for free, but Blue Slipper getting the first kill on top of J-Boys. J-Boys is already down. There is the YOLO one ult. J-Boys getting a second kill, actually, on top of this fight. YOLO player doing some damage back, though, but a third kill, triple kill for Blue Sliver. Those are those levels from farming, dude. I'm telling you, absolutely massive. Didn't do anything for his team as of right now in the game, but now instantly triple kill, but not done yet, as Hunter 21 will blink in and bring down the monkey, getting instantly the shutdown goal as well. Not over yet. Uh-oh. Who's gonna win it? Why are you tower diving?
Oh,
You're
no.
dead. What? He did this game too, and he did it again. I think Hunter, whenever he gets a bit of a lead, he just goes a bit... He overestimates his powers a little bit, and he just committed Sudoku again.
Yeah, I mean, I would have said that fight got really well for Fallen, but now that that happened, I mean, it was a very even fight. I mean, the jungle. I mean, I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed by the mid lane lead. 5 levels now, 4 levels still.
Yeah. I mean, this death wasn't as bad as the person, whoever it was. I don't quite remember who died to Pyromancer last game. But it's still like you shouldn't be doing that. You really shouldn't be doing that at this level. You're playing to win this entire league right now. You're playing for the first seeded team in LD. Why are you killing yourself, dude?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a silly thing to do, but looking at the Gold Fury here.
Looking at the Gold Fury, indeed, Gold Fury already around half HP, but it does get dropped by Order of the Blight, and it seems like Fallen might be wanting to pull this anyways, but no, Athena just a little bit alone, no team close enough to like hard pull that, so we'll drop it as well, and for now they're just dancing around it, but hey, it's still Order of the Blight with actually even 5 people around this Gold Fury, so they definitely should be looking to pull it soon, as it does get pulled here, I do believe. I think they're doing damage to it as of right now. Yes, they are. It's still very healthy, though. There's enough time for Fallen to get in here, but will they? That's the question. It's only Athena and Marty close, and they're actually... Looks like they're pulling Pyromancer instead. Martikras might be looking for steal, but Humbet's making sure to zone that out and it won't happen. Fallen will get the Pyromancer, but it also means the Gold Fury will fall down towards Order of the Blight.
Yeah, I mean, Fallen willing to take the even trade there. Obviously, the Marty not willing to step up too much. It'll just get very, very severely punished. So, I mean, I think it's a good trade to take for Fallen. They do get the bomb, whereas obviously Fallen Order of the Blight, they claim the extra gold.
Yeah, and well, as much as you hate to see it, I mean, Achilles getting a bit of extra farm is never bad. On this dual lane side of the map, you know, they did get something. They get the Pyromancer back. I think the Gold Fury, especially it being an Oni Fury, is a little bit better, but I do respect the option to just, you know, choose cheese for your money and just go for it, as we do have a little bit of a pause over here, so we'll be right back. Welcome back, GSL. We're back in the game. YOLO did fix his game as he did have a bit of a crash, so some technical difficulties there, but we are all back here for you, and it seems like he's fine for now. So, the goated mid laner, who's already level 20, didn't miss any farm in that regard, will be able to finish this game, hopefully. Not the only one level 20, as on the other side we see Blue Sliver also having already hit level 20. Lots of good farmers on both sides. What do you think, Magni?
I mean, yeah, Janus is one of the best mages in the game at farming. Also, Humbat's one of the best assassins in the game at farming. I mean, that's probably the primary reason why they're so far ahead. Also, the jungler for Fallen has been showing a lot of attention to these lanes, trying to put pressure, trying to get kills, and trying to force objectives.
Trying to force objectives indeed. I mean, J-Boys did help out the dueling quite a bit. I think, personally, that Cheeto might have been a lot more ahead as of right now if it wasn't for J-Boys helping out the Marticarus in the duel lane. So, hey, at least props to them over there. Still falling down a little bit behind for themselves, though. Must be feel rough, but at this point you're level 18. It shouldn't take too long to hit level 20, so it should be fine. De-wadding the Fire Giant now, both teams trying to get the Fission, but it's mostly, as of right now, Order of the Blight grouping around them.
Yeah, I mean, it's always important to get as much vision as possible, especially when you've got gods with like Janus who rely on vision, because like getting an ultimate through the wall, through space and time into someone does like 75% of their health is just always feels nice to do that.
Always feels nice indeed. And I mean, looking at the builds, is there anything in particular you would really like to talk about?
I'm interested that the Baba has gone Rodder Tahuti third. I think Rodder Tahuti third is a little bit of a strange one, especially for Baba Yaga, because there's a lot of other items available to her that she could pick up, like an ethereal staff, or I think even a divine rune for the Marticarus and Achilles would be nice here as well.
I mean, I agree, some anti-healing would be very much appreciated, but hey, what do you do about it? I guess Wrath of Tahuti was to play for Day of Evil, so I mean, maybe they're cooking, you know? You never know, as the Sigil Beacon is open, and it looks like it's actually Fallen, who is way better grouped for this beacon than Order of Blight will be. And, I mean, 10 more seconds before it spawns, Order of Blight now showing face, so I guess I take my words back, as the Hunter 21 stepped up a little bit too much, being poked out to half HP immediately, and now it's actually Order of the Blight the second it spawned who is on top of it, and not Fallen anymore. And it seems like it will go towards Order of the Blight after all.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter just stepping out a little bit too much then. He could have gone through the Janus port to maybe avoid a little bit less damage, but I mean, he just gets poked out really heavily, and then it just allows for Order of the Blight to just pick up the beacon.
And the beacon isn't... Well, I mean, you like to pick up the beacon indeed, but now the Pyromancer is being pulled by Order of the Blight as well. Probably not want to give that one up for free, but it seems like it will be. Yes, Order of the Blight will get the Pyromancer as well, and that's two objectives within 20 seconds from each other. And now finally, in these graphs, we see it clear that Order of the Blight is actually taking the lead quite a bit. Actually, no, they're taking the lead back a bit, is how I should say it, as the gold difference is still 500 in top of Fallen, but it's getting close.
Yeah, I mean, the fights have been very, very strange at the moment. I mean, it's not been too much going on. There's been a few kills here and there, but we haven't really had a huge 5v5 yet, or a big, team fight.
I think both teams being 1-1 right now, every mistake could be fatal, are playing a bit more scared, making these games a little bit less interesting than the first two. But hey, with these Titans rushing down the solo lane and Fire Giant within 4 minutes from now being enhanced, that could change any second.
Yeah, I mean, Zappa just running out the Marty there. I mean, he's just an absolute menace at the moment.
A menace indeed, and now the Titans will find each other, and it's actually Order of the Blight who is way closer towards that. And like you were saying, Safa being the big guy he is, just absolutely making sure no one can get close to that, no one has any say in it. But now Cheeto might be a little bit left alone. Safa is still there to help, but there's a big taunt from Athena. The 3 going down as well, and there's the Ganesh ult to help out. Wow. Death from above, but it's actually Safa who will fall down towards the Hunter 21. J-Boy still in the sky. I don't think he pulled anyone, but hey, whatever. Beats being forced from the Hunter 21, but instantly the ult after will secure and execute will. Triple kill for the Hunter from Fallen. What a play by him. And double execute, I do believe, and absolutely just turning the fight. I thought it was a bit of a misplay to like beats the portal there. Actually, he didn't even beat the portal. How did he get out? His beats are still up. How did he get out of the? Oh wait, it's his team. Who beats the portal? What am I saying? Someone beats the portal.
I'm not sure, but Blues Litter. I mean, there was a fantastic ult from YOLO player. I mean, he hits the Cullen and he actually hit the Hunbats in the Baku, and the Hunbats had to reset completely. He almost got one shot by that Yanasol. So the fact that the Hunbats had to reset just put the fight in a 5v4, and then the fact that the fight was in the 5v4 and they didn't have the Hunbats there was just absolute carnage for Fallen.
I mean, yeah, and the Hunter 21 just doing so much damage as the Fire Giant will fall down towards Fallen, but losing 2 people instantly in return as Blue Sliver was there. Both J-Boys and YOLO player will lose it, but Fire Giant still being secured by Fallen, so as much as you hate to see, especially YOLO player dying here with the Fire Giant, I still think it's worth it quite a bit. I mean, Hunter 21 is so big right now, and with this Fire Giant, he might be able to do even more.
Yeah, I mean, getting the Fire Giant on the 2 tanks and the Marty just allows them to siege, even though the jungler and the mid laner of the team doesn't get it. So it's always good to have it on at least 3 members and have it on your ADC especially.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta give props to Blue Sliver there for still killing 2 and making it a little bit like a bad situation a little bit a little bit better. But now Athena, a lot of trouble, and that's another Fire Giant down as Ludlow will fall down towards Cheeto. But I mean, you gotta give credit to Lamuni there for catching out the Athena, making sure she falls down, and now even though Fire Giant went to Fallen, Gold Fury is actually being pulled by order of the Blight, and I'm pretty confident they will get this for absolutely free, as no one from Fallen is close, but they are grouping up around the Pyromancer, who will spawn shortly as well, I do believe, but not in time, as it still hasn't spawned yet, and Sepha is already there. Sepha is running over. Pyromancer now finally spawning, and Fallen will pull it, but there's Order of the Blight to wreak some havoc. Will get secured by Diana's ult though, so Fallen will get it. Won't be able to pick up the bomb.
Yeah, I mean, the Athena just gets caught out there, and the Olerin just does so much damage with the Ganesh silence and the Ganesh 3 as well. It was just too much CC and too much damage. The Athena just needs to be a little bit more careful there.
I mean, look at these spikes in both XP and gold. It's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Neither of these teams really like got it in the back. Like, I wouldn't bet anything on whoever is going to win it. I mean, we got a gold lead for Fallen, as we got an XP lead for Order of the Blight, and I don't even know, dude. Who do you think has like the bigger like advantage right now, or is it like completely 50-50?
I'd say Order of the Blight has a bigger advantage right now. They just got the Gold Fury, and also the Day of Evil's catching up very quickly, and there you go. He's just finished level 20, so now now that's really helped. That's really good for the team, because and also the Athena losing Fire Giant there was pretty key, because now their siege is going to be nowhere near as good as it was.
Still, the tier 2 will fall down on the dual lane side here. Fallen getting that kill, and no one really, like, no one in any danger as of right now, as Order of Blight didn't really contest that. Looks like they might be contesting this tier 2 in mid though, and yes, they will. I mean, they're hard contesting this. Fire Giant shouldn't take too long anymore for Fallen, like they shouldn't have it that long anymore. And actually, big fight coming out here. Lots of blinks as the Ganesh ult is going out. J-Boy's in the air as well. In the back, Blue Sliver will get a kill on top of YOLO player. That's a big pick to start off with. Sepha, I believe, got the credit, or Blue Sliver got. I couldn't quite see, but whatever happened, Sepha is running right now in the mid lane towards God Hunter. Will not go through with it, because here is the Hunter 21, and that is someone with no ult of those, so that's the good thing for Order of the Blight. So no executes coming out as of right now. Otherwise, Order of the Blight might have been in a little bit of trouble there.
Yeah, huge ultimate for a combo by the Ganesh and the Humbats there. The the Humbats ult just get stuck in front of the Ganesh ult, and then they just get pulled straight back into the Ganesh ult, man, just get absolutely shredded. YOLO player just couldn't even react then.
No, couldn't react, and 0-4 now on the mid laner from Order of the Blight. Must feel a little bit rough, but hey, that coin is also almost getting stacked. That's the Baba passive for you, doing absolutely massive. Great taunt on top of the Humbats here. Aegis makes sure that Execute doesn't go through, but that from above doing a lot of damage as well. And J-Boys will actually finish off the kill on top of the Humbats here. Now it's a little bit of a good fight for Fallen, but oh no, J-Boys actually in a lot of trouble, will fall down, and Day of Evil will get a kill for himself, as the Ganesh ult was perfect to help out there. And it's actually on the back foot as God Hunter getting a kill on top of Blue Sliver. Cheeto has already fallen down as well, and now it's just chaos. And once again, like I'm saying, back and forth. Second kill from God Hunter, and now probably another kill. Yes, YOLO player will get a kill as well, except for Lamuni. It's a deicide. Fallen killing 4 of Order of the Blight, who was on the retreat. Probably overstayed the welcome just a little bit, and well, they lost J-Boys, but at what cost? A 4-for-1.
They're very lucky that they don't have a traditional hunter. If they have a traditional hunter, I think they maybe could have even ended the game there. I mean, that was a huge fight for Fallen there.
I mean, ending the game would have been a very scary call, but at least the Phoenix, I do agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, the Humbats just steps up a bit too much then and just gets called out. And a bit strange to see the Humbats with no blink, by the way. I thought I'd point that out. The Aegis did save him temporarily, but had he had the blink in the first place, maybe he would have not been there in the first place. Maybe he wouldn't have stepped up. Maybe he would have been hiding somewhere.
As well as the blink, of course, making it able for you to engage so much better. I do agree that I would have probably liked a blink over Aegis here, but anyway, Fire Giant being pulled, that's not something to scoff at, and it's being pulled by Fallen actually. Order of the Blight is here. All of them have respawned as of right now, so this Fire Giant is not gonna go for free. It's actually being dropped as of right now as the fight is commencing very hard. Ludlow very low in the back on the Athena, and the Humbat's ult coming out will secure a kill onto YOLO player, and that's a big pick to start off with. We have seen how much he does in this team fight. There goes J-Boys trying to catch someone, did catch them, but couldn't quite commit to it because of the Odin ult, and now it's actually the Hunter 21 who is forced to ult out here. Shield from the Pritman does save him quite a little bit, as well as the 35% mitigation from the Athena ult, helping out a lot. But a one for all, now Order of the Blight is the one actually pulling this Fire Giant, and no one from Fallen is close. They are on their way over though. They might be in time, might not be. Looks like they will be in time for now. Athena actually going around the back, and now for now it's only Matikrus who's like hard contesting this. There are more people close though. Fire Giant falling down very low. Beats Aegis being forced for the Marty. God Hunter doesn't have anything, but in the back it is J-Boys who gets a kill on top of Lamrini. The elephant is down, and now it's actually the Fire Giant being pulled by Fallen. It's actually being pulled by both teams. It's gonna be a coin flip. Whoever gets it. No, J-Boys has got a retreat, and no one got the Fire Giant still as of right now. It actually did fall down, and it is Order of the Blight who gets it, but J-Boys gets a kill onto Sepha, so they lose 2 people who had the Fire Giant. It's a 2-for-1 trade, but the Fire Giant will go towards Order of the Blight. It was a complete coin toss, no secure whatsoever, and Order of the Blight will count their lucky stars that they actually did get the last hit here, as they will lose the Pyromancer towards Fallen.
Yeah, I mean, that was very good by Sapphire there to recognize that even though they dropped the fire, Fallen picked up the Fire Giant, started DPSing it, and he just goes in with the blink ult and just secures it, and then gets the kill onto Martikers as well. He does really well there, Safa.
Yeah, Safa did pay with his life, but probably saved the fight there for Order of the Blight. Would have looked very bad for them, would they have lost the EFG there. I mean, yes, you do lose it on both your tanks, the EFG, so you're gonna still have a hard time like sieging anywhere, but hey, at least Fallen doesn't have it, and that's very, very big.
Yeah, I mean, if Fallen got the EFG, I think it could have very well been game. Just because the Safa got taken out, and then maybe the Marty survives because he has the EFG for the extra sustain and the extra damage.
Yeah, you never know in a game of Smite, of course, as the Gold Fury is being pulled by Order of the Blight. They probably will get it. Janus will try and steal, will not secure it. Nice attempt though, but Order of the Blight will get the Gold Fury as well. Speaking of getting a bit healthy, spending some gold, you know, um, they have fire, but not on the tanks. Are they still probably looking at these last two towers?
Yeah, definitely for sure. Because even though they lost Fire Giant on both tanks, but I mean the Kukulkan can still siege very well. He can create a lot of space, and with the Olerin as well, with the Diamond Arrow, he will just shred through Phoenixes.
And shredding through Phoenixes he will, but these towers need to fall down first. And I mean, we should go. There, it looks like there might be grouping around dual lane a bit more. They do have the minions from the Oni Fury slowly pushing in with them as well, so that's gonna be helpful by a lot. Looking at this dual lane tower now, well, YOLO player seems in right to just split push, getting this Oni wave away. So this tower will probably fall down for free, don't you think?
Yeah, I
Yes,
mean
it will.
they can't really contest. Their EFG on all the carries is very risky to try and contest, especially late game carries. I mean, Baba, Ola, and Humbat's all super duper good late game. Very strong gods.
Very strong gods indeed, as now these Oni minions will push towards this solo lane, but no, Order of the Blight has no interest in getting that Phoenix. They first want to take this solo lane tower down, and then having down all the towers after they will take it. Seems like they're going for it. I mean, no one is contesting, but they're not really taking it down really fast. I mean, now they finally are. They're finally throwing some basic attacks at it, and the tower will fall down. And as of right now, what do you think? Are they waiting for the next Fire Giant? They're probably just waiting for... Yeah, they're backing off. They're just waiting for the next Fire Giant fight. And we're practically restarting at still a 50-50.
Yeah, I'm very surprised they didn't go for the siege then. I mean, the Ganesh, he has Emperor's armor, and the Athena doesn't. So, I mean, I think if they do siege, I think that siege goes very well for them. So I'm very surprised that they didn't try to go for it.
I mean, probably a bit scared over what happened last time when they were overcommitting a little bit. I mean, J-Boys, if they get a good ult, it can be over for Order of the Blight in seconds. I mean, we saw what happened in game 1, right? If they overcommit, they just lose the game.
Yeah, I mean, in game 1, obviously they overcommit, no beads up, and just get 4-man pulled, and game changing, really. I mean, it could happen here as well. I mean, if the beads are down, I mean, they do lack CC immunity.
They do lack a bit of CC immunity indeed. Neither the Ganesh or the Humbats have it in their ult. Neither does the Oleron either, by the way. So only the Baba and the Kukulkan could get out of it with an ultimate. So yeah, I like your point that they do lack a lot of CC immunity in their ults, but they also have a beats burning comp of themselves, of course.
Yeah, I mean, they have a ton of lockdown, ton of AoE CC, and ton of AoE damage. I mean, I would like to see them be the aggressors on the next Fire Giant in Order of the Blight.
Well, either that or bait out a very, very good fight indeed. But they do get the Pyromancer. I mean, the bomb you can use for Phoenix, the double bomb on Lamuni. Not being able to get any walls right now, as he does have 2000 damage worth of bombs in his inventory. You can also use it on the Fire Giant, you know? It is pretty decent secure, especially two at the same time. That's 2000 damage within, like, a split second.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually like a last-minute thing that you want to use it on the Fire Giant, but you definitely can, and it can catch people off guard, definitely.
I've stolen Fire Giants personally before with the Pyromancer bomb, and I'm very proud of it. But on the other side, Fallen here is just hiding in the bushes, not being able, like, Order of Blight can't see them unless they have a wall directly inside of the bush. And it doesn't seem like they do for right now. But, well, I mean, if you're gonna throw abilities away, yes, they will know that you're there. And now it's actually Order of Blight go in pretty hardly deep here. It's Achilles quite out of position, but does not get punished for it. And the fight goes on in the backline, actually, as now J-Boy's up in the air. Did hit Safa, but Safa ulting for the CC immunity, like we talked about before. That's someone who actually can do that. And J-Boy's gotta run with very low HP. Blue Sliver on around half himself, as Safa is actually falling down way below half and might be in trouble. Execute being blocked. Great block from Day of Evil. That's probably the best thing he has done this game so far, saving the life from his solo laner there by getting in front of the Execute.
Yeah, I mean, it's really close there from Day of Evil. If they get the execute on Safa, then that gives the go-ahead button for them to get back up and go to EFG 5v4.
EFG still got soft pulled, not quite hard pulled as of right now. Soft pulled once again might turn into a hard pull with Safa being absolutely goated over here. Making sure no one from Fallen can get close, but Fallen showed up enough that Order of Blight didn't dare to actually stick the Fire Giant and instantly did drop it. All went over to the Solar Laner to try and help, where I thought they could have had a great shot at just, trying to soft commit at least at this Fire Giant. Like you said, I would like for Order of the Blight to be the aggressor here.
Yeah, I mean, they have a ton of initiation, so I think them being the aggressors is key here.
Uh-oh. That's two people in the bushes, and now Sapphire might be in a bit of trouble. Death from above is already being used as the pillars also went down as well, but it's actually Blue Slipper who gets the first kill on top of the Hunter 21 here. Baba Yaga in the ult as well, doing a massive amount of damage, but J-Boys in the air might be a bit of trouble. Beats from the Elephant, so Lamuni will be fine on the Ganesh, of course. Now being able to get out, so only the Hunter 21 will die. And once again, it's Order of the Blight running towards the Fire Giant here, but it's both Safa and Blue Slipper who are quite low. Day of Evil also around half HP, and it's actually Safa backing to base. I don't know if he has teleport up right now. He does not. So no Fire Giant pool once again, and it's actually Fallen who gets close here. Well, again, and we're just dancing and dancing, dude. We're dancing in 42 minutes down already, and both teams are just playing so scared.
Yeah, I mean, that fight went really well for Order of the Blight, and the Ganesh Humbats combo just once again just showing how strong it is, just pushing the enemies through the Ganesh lines, just shredding their protections and just constant CC, and that's why Hunter just got absolutely shredded because he does not have the beads up at the time.
No beats up indeed, as now the Fire Giant is being soft pulled once again. I can't assume they're harping this, as Ganesh is very low, but actually with Death from above being forced by the Humbats ult, the Fire Giant is still being pulled, and the Fire Giant actually falls down towards Order of the Blight. That's EFG 42 minutes in, and everyone is alive for it this time as of right now, but no. Uh-oh, there goes Safa. That's a very big pick. Order ult coming out already as well, but there is the J-Boys ulting it himself. Beats ages from Cheeto being used, but executed by the Hunter 21. And they got the Fire Giant, but they lost two people again. And it's actually Fallen on the attack here. Probably get this tower quite quickly. No minions close though, so probably not ending the game here. But once again, the Fire Giant will fall down this time towards Order of the Blight, but Fallen just wins the fight right after, getting 2 kills for themselves. I mean, you still got EFG on your jungler, on your mid laner, on your support, so it's not over. It's looking actually pretty good for them, but man, oh man, they gotta win a fight after getting these objectives, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what Cheeto is doing now. I'm assuming the call was from him was to go back in, but his team was on the retreat, and I think he would have been better off just using his ultimate defensively to run away and help out the team rather than using it aggressively.
Yeah, seems like Cheeto's gotta be a little bit more selfish here, save his own skin before trying to help his solo laner. Because now he just both died, dude. And Fallen getting the Gold Fury as a cherry on top of the cake here. I mean, it's so back and forth. There's no favorite. I mean, XP doesn't matter anymore. Everyone is level 20. Everyone is practically full build. I think everyone is not even practically anymore. Everyone is completely full build. So the only gold difference you're gonna have is 3,000 pots as of right now. What do you even do anymore? Like, both teams are just staring each other in the face, and it's practically whoever makes the mistake first. And the mistake has been made as Blue Slipper gets a kill on top of YOLO player, who just killed himself.
Yeah, that's a key kill, and a 72-second death timer means that they can just go run straight to the Phoenix in a 5v4 for a whole minute, which is going to be absolutely devastating for Fallen.
I mean, yeah, that might have been game. I think YOLO player, as much as he has played very well for the set, might have just thrown the game for his team. Ooh, big taunt though. Beats being forced, I do believe, by someone, and now the other one field coming out, making sure everyone is slow, but J-Boys is up in the air already, so it doesn't matter for him. Does grab one, but decides to go out instead. Phoenix did fall down. I mean, EFG is going to help a lot, especially on this Humbats, of course. He will like 4-hit this Phoenix any time of the week. They're looking at this duel and Phoenix as of right now. YOLO player is still dead for another 20 seconds. I would like a big fight here, and maybe even an end call. But then again, if you lose this fight, you just lose the game. Humbats ult being out, Death from above being forced on God Hunter here, doing a lot of damage in the back, but everyone is still decently healthy. Not anymore though. Both tanks falling down very low now, but only the tanks. The carries are still pretty healthy, but J-Boy's going in anyway. J-Boy's getting a kill actually onto the Elephant. Lamuni on Ganesh falling down, and he won't be the only one. most likely. I mean, Day of Evil being able to get out for now, but no will fall down as God Hunter will get a kill for himself as well. And it's 3 dead from Order of the Blight, who overstayed the welcome once again, got half a Phoenix and lost 3 people for it. As well, YOLO player respawned all of his team back in. And well, I mean, minions are taking the Titan, but 4 of Fallen are running down this dual lane side, looking at this Phoenix. There's only a Humbats and a Cocoon. Humbats doesn't have ult for a few more seconds. Probably get this Phoenix for free. Might even be looking at the game here. Sefa says, I don't think so. Blinking in, ulting. Fallen doesn't even get the Phoenix after all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why they're so scared of the Coquellum, but I guess Sapphire is just too intimidating for them. But on that Phoenix Siege on the other side, I mean, I'm not sure why Order of the Blight were so scared to go in. Like, the Humbats goes in with the ult, forces the Marty ult, and like that should be the cue to go in, get the Phoenix. But Cheeto just sat behind with Manwi and Day, and I'm just not sure why.
I honestly believe, Magni, if they ignore the dual lane Phoenix there and go straight for the Titan, they win the game right then and there.
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible, especially with YOLO players still having a 20 to 30-second death timer. I mean, he's been their key player, and him being dead, and which is a very silly death in my opinion. Just defending Pyromancer at like 40 to 45 minutes in the game is just not very. It's just not a smart decision.
Yeah, at this point, I am confident that both of these teams are in cahoot with each other and they just don't want our lovely spectator Archer to go to bed, as he really, really wants to go to bed. But no, we're in a 50-minute game 3 here and it could go either way. I mean, one mistake and you lose the game. Yes, Mid Phoenix is down for Fallen, but you saw it happen before. If they win a fight, if they actually manage to get a deicide, they just win the game.
Yeah, I mean, this is winner takes all here. I mean, whoever, even one kill is it could win the game here. Like that's how big it is.
That's how big it is indeed. I mean, we've been going for so long, I quite need to go to the toilet, so I really do also hope they end soon. And I also just want to know who is going to end up on top as the big team fight is going down here. Oloran ult being used, Athena ult is being used, J-Boy's already in the air as well as YOLO player will get the first kill here of the fight. It's Cheeto who will fall down first, and he won't be last as no YOLO player will get a kill for himself, but it's going to, and Blue Slipper will get a return kill, but not without falling down himself. Why are you jumping back in? Day of Evil will die towards J-Boys. And that's 4 people down from Order of the Blight. It's only Ganesh for at least another minute. I mean, they're back here. Why are they backing? No, YOLO players back get stopped by a soul search. Just run down the Titan. Just run it down. You can win. Now you don't win. What are you doing? You guys fucking suck. You should be last place, not first place. I hate all of you. Why are you not ending the game? I'm having a meltdown here. Please help me, Magni.
I mean, they had the Yanis ult as well. I don't know why they just don't ult up the mid laning and go for the Titan. I mean, the death timers were 75 to 80 seconds, man. I mean, that's nearly a minute and a half of just 4 people dead.
Yeah, both teams could have ended the game 8 times over again. I don't know what's going on, but I guess they're scared to lose it by a mistake. So we'll see what happens. Fire Giant being pulled once again though over here, and it looks like it will go towards Fallen. No one from Order of the Blight quite close as of right now. Will get the Titan down.
Why couldn't they wait 3 seconds?
Yeah, they couldn't. I mean, it's only the Hunter 21 who doesn't have it. I don't think the Achilles is the biggest deal to have this EFG. I mean, you really want it on your mid lane, you really want it on J-Boys, you really want it on God Hunter. If anything, I think the Hunter 21 right now is the one you could miss it on the most, as Athena needs it for the tankiness, and the rest needs it to shred this Titan and Phoenixes down. But hey, they're fine as of right now. They got EFG on 4. And they're looking quite comfortable right now. Mid Phoenix did respawn as well. There is still mid tower for Order of the Blight as well, which is 2 basics away from dying with this EFG, so it doesn't pose much of a threat. But as long as it's there, the Titan is a little bit more healthy.
Yeah, I mean, as long as that tower's up, I mean, you ain't gonna be able to touch the mid Phoenix anytime soon. But I mean, like we have not seen one fight yet where Fire Giant has been on all 5 members. It's always been 1 or 2 people dying or not being alive for when Fire Giant gets claimed.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there really to talk about? Gold Fury falling down for the 8th time as well in this game. We're almost close to an hour in. Have you ever seen a GSL set go over an hour, Magni?
No. Definitely not.
Neither. And hey, at this point, you know, it almost looks like they're just step padding, and that's a bannable offense, so gotta be a bit careful over there. What?
Oh my.
Okay. Blue Sliver will live after their solo Janus ult. Janus trying to get something done there, doesn't quite get it, as Blue Sliver was trying to split push for the Phoenix. Might fall down still here, looking at the minimap. Janus doesn't spot him, unfortunately, so the monkey will live another day. And finally, the mid tower falling down. Let's go. The mid tower fell down. Now might be looking at the mid Phoenix, or are they playing a bit safe? Seems like they're playing safe as of right now. In the bush right before this tower is the Hunter 21. Do keep in mind, it's the only one without an EFG as of right now, so he is a lot less tanky than the Athena is. Does a lot less damage than anyone on his team does, but he still does have the execute. So as long as you get it off, you get a free kill. So nothing more for that. Minions walking into the Phoenix now. Left Phoenix under attack. No one is hitting it though, they're just hitting each other. You probably want to hit the bird, guys. If you hit the bird, it will make things a lot easier, but not doing it as of right now. Watts right in front of the Phoenix in mid, and a split push coming over. Right now I have 3 people in left and 2 people in right for Fallen, who still have this Fire Giant and just running away. They don't want to make a play for this Phoenix, they don't want to make the same mistake Order of Blight has been making, but actually into the solo lane. No one is here to stop it. The Humbet's coming over right now. Does have ultimate up to defend this, but will be in time. Yes, it will be in time as no one is hitting it, but actually finally the left Phoenix is being hit and it will fall down instantly, and now the right Phoenix is also being hit, will fall down instantly as well. The other player gets the first kill of this fight for himself. J-Boy's in the air with no one there. Death from above will actually secure a kill onto Ganesha, and now it's 5 against 3. You got 4 people with EFG, you got a Phoenix down, another Phoenix on 1 HP. You're fountain diving. You're fountain diving instead of ending the game. The Titan is not being hit. The Titan is finally being hit. The Titan is not being hit. Okay, they're seeing people in fountain. The Titan is still not really being hit. The Titan is still not. The Titan is now being hit. The Titan is half HP. It actually got leads. It got healed. Okay, ultimate's coming out because everyone from Order of the Blight is slowly respawning because they're just not hitting the Titan. Day of Evil will get a kill for himself. Janus ult coming out. But Humbet's committing Sudoku, but actually will live due to the ages. I mean, I guess not getting Blink was the good idea. Cheeto in a lot of trouble, will fall down, and it's actually the double kill from the Hunter, from God Hunter, from Fallen. And now it's only Blue Sliver once again, but everyone very, very low from Fallen. YOLO players on 1 basic, God Hunter, the Hunter 21 is on 1 basic. Ooh, great stun and a triple kill from God Hunter. But Sepha is back alive. Will get the ultimate off. Will run away as of right now, and so did Lamuini spawn as well, even though he had a minute and a half cooldown. Ultimate from the Ganesha will get a kill on top of whoever, like, they got a kill. And now God Hunter is looking not good as well. And the silence is not helping you, Lamuini. The silence actually dropping the kill. They're still not ending, and Titan didn't really get hit at all in that fight, even though they were all dead for 90 seconds.
I mean, I'm absolutely astounded, man. If they just hit the Titan, they end the game. Like, oh man, it's just frustrating to watch.
We're having a bit of an interesting camera angle right now as we're slowly running towards the Fire Giant that is being pulled. I mean, look at how look at how beautiful the map is from over here. as the Fire Giant is being pulled by Fallen. Are they gonna give it for free? I mean, only Safa is looking like he's gonna get close at all. Looking at the minimap as of at least, the Hunter 21 trying to get everyone from Order of the Blight away from this Fire Giant, but will it be enough? It will be, as Fallen did get the Fire Giant. Just looking purely at the minimap and notifications, we're running inside of a stone as of right now. There's some molten backside of... Is that a pause? Did they just pause? I think they might have just paused again, so we'll be right back with some technical difficulties.
How?
Meow 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 meow. I don't know. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow.
Please just end for everyone involved. At this stage, I don't know if I've broken the camera or if it's the game.
Meow.
Oh my god. No. All of you, I hate every single person in this game. I don't care that the stream can hear me. Screw you all.
Hi guys, I'm casting with you now.
Oh,
Hello,
fuck no!
We got Scott in here to help us cast the end of this game. That is still paused, by the way. What are you, Printers? Are you a chair free?
I'm sitting on your lap.
Sitting on my lap.
Keycast.
We also
Get on
got
the cast.
Fee in here.
Oh,
Hey,
No,
Albie.
Oh, Albie's here too. Hi, Albie.
We got a very busy cast over here as the game is still paused. We're 75 minutes in. Neither team really looked like they want to end the game, as both of them literally refused to hit the Titan when they could. This is a first in my career that everyone is just joining at the same time, so I'm surprised. Also, now you're here, Scott. Please don't give me points for cursing.
Well, I'm here to give you information. The 12th Hunter 21 an hour ago says I have to wake up in 6 hours. So if you do the mathematics there, he's got to be awake at 5 hours. I'm sure he's so happy about this pause that I hope is. Yeah, you go do that.
Wait, are we muted right now, or are we still live?
J boys,
No,
J
you
boys
can
is
hear
where the
you.
action is.
Okay.
Please still live.
Hello, chat. Hi, chat. How you doing, chat?
Meow.
Love you guys. Hello, hello, Esther Lepesta. I love you. Hello, Esther.
What's up, Fadar? Maybe I can put my camera on. I'll get a whiteboard. Maybe I can write down some Twitch names.
Can we get a live exact reaction?
Oh, we could get a live.
Can we just say that both team lost?
Oh
Yeah,
my god!
we're gonna make a poll and then
just build
we're gonna
different
vote on
number
who
one.
gets banned.
Mm.
We make a poll up all the players in this game, and then whoever has the highest votes, they get banned because of this game.
Paint Tempest, more like
I hate
Paint
casters
Stinky.
as well, dude. I hate casters as well. Don't worry.
Was the game actually paused or I don't know.
Yeah,
Let me join a team comms. Let me
I
find
don't
out.
know what's going on.
Guys, have you heard that Printers and Appletoes lost to Lacane and Camille and SNL?
Lamau?
Oh wait, yeah, no.
Anyways, bye bye.
Hi, LB. Oh, welcome back.
Oh, I know what's going on.
What's going on?
I can't spoil that.
What do you mean you can't spoil it?
It's spoiled, isn't it? Is the game
It's
actually like
60
paused or
minutes into the
spectator paused?
game.
Or you
Is
can
the
go out to-
spectator paused?
Don't know, maybe click the
I
pause
think
button.
Ginger isn't here.
Yeah, Ginger isn't here.
We can't tell if it's actually paused. Because Ginger has left he's just gone and make his lunch.
Stinkiest fucking talking to me. Pain
I
stinkiest.
think he did break it. I don't even think we're paused.
Wait, is Smite down?
Professional was all.
No, Smite is not
No, it's
down.
just I'm pretty sure
Oh.
Ginger has just paused it by mashing his
Hello.
keyboard.
Hello and welcome to chat, Anthony Mellon, my absolute goat caster. You'll be so disappointed in me if you
Why
ever
is
would watch
Sped
this back.
been
Please don't.
It got banned.
Why is Sped banned?
No.
Yo, can we get like an ad break? That'd be sick.
You get some primers.
So far, pretty intense set between Order of Blight and Fawn for
No,
first place.
it's been awful.
This is like when Man United, right, were playing against, I don't fucking know who, and Man City was playing against QPR in
No,
2012.
You know what this is? This
Remember
is
that?
Yeah,
France.
I know baseball.
This is
Yeah.
France. This is France. No, this is Belgium against Belgium against Croatia, and everyone from Fallen is just Lukaku who refused to fucking score from 5 meters away.
I love tennis.
So
I mean, I don't know what division.
they legitimately just refused to hit the Titan. Like
Every
That's
player is
pattern.
going down. Yeah. You have to give them all points.
That's
That
sounds
is.
like a plan. We can ban them all here on the
Ah.
spot, and then we don't have to cast. There you go.
That's actually true. You should ban all of them. I think
That sounds good to me.
that makes my team the #1 team, so I'm all for it.
That maths does not work out, but yeah,
What do you
okay.
mean? This is #1 and #2, and I'm #3.
You're
So
number
ban 1 and 2,
4.
and I get #1. What do you mean? I'm
You're
no, we're
number
not.
4. Yeah, you
Are
are.
we? Oh,
Yeah.
should update the
yo, we should
Fuck up, fanboy.
we should
should update the fixtures, and maybe we'll know printers.
we should
No.
submit this to Smite Game.
Yeah, that's fair.
We should watch my game.
This has
I want
been
this
streamed on a
cast.
Smite game channel, isn't it?
It should be.
Yeah, it should be.
I hope so.
It's not a waste of time. He's definitely paused it, by the way. Like,
Ginger?
He's just,
Yeah.
I think he's just
Yeah.
this is definitely not an in-game pause.
No, it's not.
And I would know because I was in the other comms.
I don't know how he's.
Well,
I have to sit here and wait.
Well, I mean, but Ginger's
I'll
making me
wait
want
for
this
Ginger to
work
come
tomorrow.
back.
Yeah.
Does anyone know the buttons to unpause in the spectator?
no, I know.
Hey, Ginger's here.
Ooh.
I would
Oh,
like-
he's
I
moving,
would
he's moving his
like-
mouse.
I would like chat to know that I just made the entirety of my lunch for work tomorrow. I have
Ginger Archie, you
relaced
paused
this is
down
yourself.
my
Ginger.
shoes,
Pass of
and
them.
they've still not started the game.
No, this
Can
is
someone
you.
Ginger, it's
please-
you.
This is you. You passed
What?
it.
Press F10.
How did I pause it?
You mashed your face on the keyboard. What do you mean?
I didn't mash my face on the keyboard. I went through the player things. I pressed F. It's not doing anything. What do you want me to do? If I press F10, it brings up the assisted cam shit.
What the fuck?
I don't
What's
do
that?
anything about this.
What is happening?
What's random buttons?
Don't do that.
Oh,
I crashed the game.
What if you
Again.
press F6?
Surrender spectator.
He wants
You should
out.
be able to do that.
oh well, my game
Oh.
has crashed.
Oh,
Oh well.
So anyway, folks, this was the cast for you. Who won? Or are they still busy?
They're
I
probably
think
still
that's
in it
about
for
the
another
game,
hour,
we're
to be
gonna get-
honest.
I think
Surely
everyone
get
would be
right back
fine if
into
you
it.
did.
Surely get right back into it.
Let's start from minute 1. Let's go. Let's take a recap.
We are never. Oh, I can't see now. Stream. I get.
No, you get
shared.
copyright.
Yeah, I know.
If both
your
of these
amazing
teams
voice.
just get disqualified, does it mean Elwood wins anyway? Can we get
What
the
do you mean?
ultimate printer's bias? Can we just get to the league win?
No, if it's
No,
the
you
ultimate
lost.
printer's bias, then Lena wins it.
You've lost like 3 weeks in a row.
No, we
We
lost
lost
2
to
weeks
the
in a row. What are you on
stinkiest
about?
Ah, that's
teams.
my
You
bad.
can't get any wins.
You
We're
have to
gonna
lose
lose-
this week as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna lose tomorrow to against Speciophonic if Cosfed finally like answers Garrett if we actually get to play tomorrow or not. But yeah.
Stinky, stinky. What have I been paying on Discord? Let's find out, guys. Fuck you, untie me out. Anyways.
Oh, thank you, Spen.
Am I allowed to go to bed yet?
Get the game
No,
back
the
on. We
game's
gotta get stuck in.
over.
Oh, it's not over.
Still
Uh,
trying.
Crashed.
Oh,
I can't spoil anything.
why?
Have
All I
Printer's
know is-
production.
I actually almost
I
fell
don't know how
asleep
that.
just from moving hit my head back in my chair. I hate everything.
I don't know how that
about
would
this.
work. Why is Shinigami sending me Ducky? What does that even mean? The
This like
program.
sucks.
Surely we play Freebird.
You're in the game.
I'm loading it. Calm your.
Yo, can we just
I
give
wanna
a
watch
shout out
this
to
intense
Magni
gameplay.
having his first cast ever and then getting into this shittery, this shithousery.
You never do your first cast in LD or UD. Stick MD.
Especially not when the
Yeah.
game starts at 8:15. I don't know why I agreed to this.
You also
I
can't
like
do King Kai's
90%
games
of
during
games at
King-
MD.
Yeah, if you want a good cast in GSL, don't do it in LD or UD, and don't do it
Yeah.
with King Kai's MD. Jesus
Surely
Christ.
we get double.
What was wrong with King
contribution.
Kai's MD?
Well,
Surely
you
we
see,
get
if
double
King
contribution
Kai's
for
get a
us,
lead,
James.
the games go on about 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Is this MD
And then
or
they still
LD?
lose.
Oh, sounds alright.
So
Yo,
It's
Apple,
okay.
why are you trying to give me points, dude? What the hell?
You
I'll give you
can't
points.
spell.
printers, surely we do double points contribution to everyone who's been involved in production of this
Double?
game. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good to me.
I want this to go towards 2 games because
Shouldn't go, I
Oh.
can't say
so
that on
long.
stream. I can't say that.
Yeah, you can.
Much as I love them, I can't
Can
say
I get
that.
gems for this stream? Even though I didn't cast?
Yeah, can I
I'm
get
here.
point? Oh,
Can we
Yeah.
can we give points to Glick for this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
can we give... I want to
That
give
man's
Glick
got
my
enough
gems.
points on his license.
That's been timed out again.
Oh, yo, we're back
Still in game.
Oh,
Oh
back
my
again,
god.
back in.
No,
They're still
in
playing.
game.
They're still playing.
Oh, I'm gonna
Oh
have to
my
catch up so
God.
hard.
No.
Surely we
This-
swap the BRB screen.
No, I'm just letting
It's
them
too
see
late
this
for
now.
that.
I'm letting them see this. We are at 52 minutes and 16 seconds.
We're at
And I
58
remember-
you
minutes.
might want to
aren't we?
fast forward
Back to
this a little
0.
bit.
Let's go.
Are we like 58 minutes soon?
Dude, you gotta fast forward an hour right now.
Oh, is it 50?
I have to fast forward an hour.
It won't
Oh,
let
it's
me.
58.
Wait, stop resetting.
It keeps resetting his fast forward.
I am going to end my existence. Gay.
It's okay.
It's like we're gonna have to see this one through.
Nope. I
Let me
refuse.
check where we was.
We
hang
can
on, I
just
can
start
do
from the
this.
start, right, with the cast. It's fine.
Let me
Yeah.
do
Yeah, we
this.
can do it.
Do it again.
Have they remade the game? Is that what they've done? Is that why I can't fast
No.
forward?
We're at 57 minutes, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
imagine
just gotta give it time to load.
made the game.
I guess, I don't
it's taking too long to load.
know. That's okay, you just gotta get to 57 minutes.
I can't. It's not letting me skip. Look at this. Oh, I'm not watching this. If it keeps doing this, I'm done.
It's okay, just give it time.
I don't
It
have
does
time.
this.
I have to get up for work in 6.5 hours.
It's okay, I'll pay your wages for the day, it's fine. You can just do this.
I mean,
It's
at
no
this
problem,
rate, I'm
I'll say
calling
that.
in sick tomorrow.
Aren't you meant to be like on strike or whatever, like?
Oh yeah,
You're a
In
teacher.
there early.
a little bit.
Oh.
Surely just restart spectator mode.
You restart spectator.
You don't have
just
to
did that.
spam this
I
from.
restarted my whole
You're
game. and
only
this
a
is what
minute
happens.
in.
Just
I
restart the
look,
game.
it's not letting me fast forward past it. All right, I can't
That's why
do anything about this.
It's a bug. You got to restart the game.
Again.
Yeah, I've done it before.
I
so-
can't confirm this. So yeah.
Time to restart again. Yippee!
I love Smite Game. Who else loves Smite Game?
Yeah.
We could just like put on the BRB screen for 57 minutes. So
What if we
wait.
just go into one of the team
be
chats
fine.
and ask them to stream their point of view and we just cast from there?
Yeah,
No,
please
I
just
just need,
spoil.
I just need to add something to the BRB screen.
Is it exact reaction? Or...
Is it X?
PRB Archer
wish
fucked
it-
it up. Don't worry,
I wish
guys.
it was exact.
I
Just
missed
do
exact.
BRB, maybe.
We won't be right back.
PRB, don't worry. Archer face roll his keyboard.
Okay, there we go.
Anyway,
Oh. There
I'm
Do I,
trying one more time and I'm giving up.
do I spoil how long I've been in the game for?
Is
This
it,
could be the
Nothing-
longest GSL
nothing
set.
is
like
it an
mad.
hour and 15 yet?
No
It's
comment.
gonna, it's gonna
It's
be
an
like
hour
70-ish minutes.
Oh,
Blight history.
Come on.
this
It's
is
okay.
These are
They
the-
could have
these-
ended
this
like
is
8
genuine
times.
anguish.
These are the 2 top LD teams.
Yeah, I don't call them that, please.
Yeah.
This is the best that LD can offer.
They're shit.
It's
70-minute game.
Screw
That's
them
okay.
all.
RP Division have some new competition. Looks like.
Yeah, put them all in there.
End me, please, with Smite in the background. So it's pretty
It's
suitable.
fitting.
Well,
Actually,
I'm gonna head up the toilet while you guys do this. Be
Okay,
right back.
I'm
we'll
chair
take
1
over
now.
the cast. I'm chair 3.
No, you're on my lap.
Okay, I'm chair 1 as well, and
Yeah. Can you get out of the way, please? I'm trying to look at the screen.
I'm sorry. Well, there's nothing to see right now.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's just end me, please. That's all.
Yeah.
Waiting on game data.
That's another 3 minutes of the game gone.
It's loading all the minutes that they're in the game for.
It's not gonna do it though.
I don't know. I
Maybe.
think they probably break this record for the longest GSL game. I can't
What,
remember. There was
what
like
was the record? What was
there
the
was like
record?
Ping Diff versus King guys. I was like something stupid.
How long was it?
Over an hour. I can't remember exactly. I need to keep track of this.
This
I need a stat
yeah,
sheet for this.
this is good information. The records.
What was the Mahakali versus JBD game last year in MD? That lasted for ages. 'Cause I was meant to go to the pub and I couldn't.
JBD versus Mahakali.
Yeah, last year game 3 lasted for like
Let's see.
there's at least 55 minutes.
The game says 83
No,
minutes.
55 minutes is nowhere near.
Oh.
55 minutes is the average LD
That was
game
at
length. For it.
least.
The average.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I like what
Wait.
Ashton's just said. We have all lost today.
As it
Yeah, everyone has lost. So there's
Wait,
no
wait,
way.
wait, wait, wait.
Oh.
Wait.
What?
Oh,
Hang on, I'm spectating and it's not taking me in the game. Is it over?
yeah.
Oh, he's
Hang on.
finished. It must be finished.
Let me get the match ID.
Match ID.
I don't
Hang
want
on.
it.
Is it over?
I don't know if I want it.
I don't know
He's
what
got
to see.
to get the match ID.
Just post the results, end the stream. I don't want to be here anymore.
He's gone to get the match ID, guys. Don't worry.
Oh my god. There's another 30-minute. We ended on 50 minutes, and the game, if this presumably ended, is 80 minutes. We have another 30 minutes of sitting here watching this.
Nah, I refuse to believe that game was 83 minutes. I refuse to believe it.
I believe it.
Oh no, we already noticed you. Don't worry. Now he's
All right, I know the result of the match. This is great.
You got that?
Yeah, I've sent him the match ID.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much.
What a game for my first cast. Let's go.
Let's create an LD set that will shake the very foundations of the standings because he needs fair competition when Kevin has Alfie.
The enemy please
Okay.
stays on the screen.
You
Agreed.
just have it really small at the top left. It's a little reminder.
Ooh. Ooh,
I know
inverted
the
it.
result of the match. It's quite
Yeah, everyone
It's
lost. Nobody won.
lives were lost.
People died.
People died.
That's better.
I heard,
That's a bit
Cheeto isn't with us anymore.
I swear that
Yeah,
man
that's
starts for
the
work at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, I have work in 5 hours. I didn't ask, mate.
Imagine Order of the Blight lost as well. No, it's
No, no, no. Right, I'm
No,
out.
it's okay. I'll
Tell me who
I'll
won.
send you
Tell me
the.
who won. Tell me who won.
Hang on,
doing
I'll
it.
just get you the screenshot, I
I'm
guess.
not doing
Hang
it.
on.
Game's over.
Game's over. Someone won.
Ginger is
This isn't
out.
happening.
Surely you can just press the skip button.
It didn't
Surely.
let me.
That's so unfortunate.
Printers.
Everyone's done. No one cares.
Does
over.
anyone post screenshots yet?
I don't know. You were in their voice chats. Oh, off he goes. Just put the screenshots on stream.
I bet Fallen won.
Just shut up,
If all
Archie.
of one, that'd
I'm not getting an interview.
That'd be so sad for Cheeto if all in one. Cheeto had to stay up. He's got to have 4 hours of sleep after losing.
That'd be really funny.
Rightfully so.
Is it even that important for this first seed?
That's
I mean,
okay, Chinjo. I got a
No.
workaround. Watch us.
Tournament rankings.
What now?
What am I watching?
There you go. Just slap this. Just slap this in postgame.png. Fuck.
Oh yeah. I like that. I like that.
Just slap this in postgame.png.
Can't wait. I'm gonna show
Yep,
post
and you
game
just
from last
watch it.
game.
And then then I'll like actually this is even
It
better.
doesn't even say who wins.
Hey, this is better. This is better. I'll do a poll and we'll see who won the game.
Nobody.
Order of the
Nobody
shite
won the
Nobody
forward.
won.
Nobody. Here we go. We got 1 minute. F1. Get the screenshot up on the post game. Let me know when you've done it.
Working on it.
And you can show the league table after and then.
Which one?
League.
Oh yeah, that works really well, man. The side,
wait,
the
yeah,
scaling
well,
of this is so
I'll let you know.
fantastic.
Did they work?
Look at just.
That's how it works.
Huh?
That's how it
Wow.
works. Who won?
Just leave it as that. That's it. They won.
I guess you could move it. I guess.
I guess you could shut
No.
the front door.
Okay. Everyone, put your photos
See,
in.
now you all know who won.
400.
Congratulations to the
Nobody
winning
has
team.
voted on the poll.
Yes, we can
Good, it
see
hasn't gone-
half
oh, no,
of
it has.
one team.
Yeah, I'll vote.
Post-game discussion.
Stream.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just
Yeah,
send
maybe you
off.
want to crop it a little bit better then.
I just- It's not my
89,
fault.
87k damage. Not even
Right.
100k.
Alright, let's try it this way.
Oh,
That's the rest, yeah, but
Oh.
That's even
Oh.
worse.
45 words.
How have you got an accommodation then? How have you done that?
45 wards.
we
50
received a
wards.
notification for excellent teamwork.
Just
It's
stat
fine.
padding.
Alright, let's just keep trying this until I can get a
Awards.
nice sized image.
How do you just drag it?
What's that? Like
Why don't you shut the
170 words?
front door? You're not doing this, I am.
Yeah, shut
There
the
we go, I
front
made it
door.
worse. Let's go.
That's good.
Placing 50 words in a smite match.
People
They
who
just-
play for 80 minutes.
Can you just drag it?
No?
Just drag it.
No. There you go.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
I didn't mean that.
What is this? You can see it now.
What is happening?
We're real degenerate hours right now.
I really enjoyed
everyone.
when Kaiser said we have production quality maybe better than SEC. That was pretty good. Thanks,
Hey,
Kaiser.
so-
Don't, it's just minus this stream.
This is a one off, okay?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, so the winner's Born. Wait, no. No, the winner's Order
Oh
of
my
Blight.
god! Make
Order
your
of Blight.
mind
What is
up!
it?
Order of Blight one. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
but-
well,
Okay.
congratulations.
Alright, you can put up the
You
funny
can
table now.
sleep.
Dude, I'm gonna cry.
The funny table.
Oh, I'm about to cry. I'm too tired for this.
50
Where's
words.
the P&B fucking bracket? There we go.
You're
DN
looking
won.
for
Congratulations,
The
DN
league
on the win.
standings scene. and you're looking for
Oh,
the
I've
table.
just ruined it then.
Sauce.
Shut up.
I want to point out the Humbats did 0 structure damage. Let's go.
How's he done
The
that?
J
much?
Boys didn't hit a single structure for that entire 80 minutes.
That wasn't J. That was Blue Slime.
I wasn't J Boys. I was so. Yeah. my
Was
bad.
it standings or table? Table. Table
400
exists.
and 66
Imagine
hours.
they ended the game when they're at the Titan with like 4 down.
There we
That'd be funny.
go.
We did it.
There you go. Look at that. Look at that funny league
Congratulations.
table. Robin Hood Elrod down at third. Right.
Robbing our time from us.
Good job, Order of the Blight.
I think they should both be deducted 8 points.
I agree.
No, both these teams are last now.
They should both be relegated to Harpy Division.
That's fucking
They
true.
are.
I'm gonna throw
Okay,
an
weekly
Avraken
summary. So, team of the week is Storming Shadows and his guitar in ADC.
His guitar and support and him in
Right.
ADC.
Yeah,
Makes up to do it.
because we all know that the supports are the real carries. Then in mid, it's Meowdy. It's just people saying meow.
It's just a
Um,
cat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a cat.
My moaning and crying can play in the jungle because let's face it, that's what
Mhm.
junglers do is moan the jungle's
Mhm.
crap.
Mhm.
And then finally, solo team of the week is Safa.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, it is decided.
That's a great team of the week.
Congratulations, everyone.
Weekly
Good
summary
job.
done. See, I don't know what takes you so long, man. Honestly.
Yay.
Slash raid Isus. Wait, that's not Isus.
That's so easy to know.
That's their own Isus.
Can I end stream
That's
yet?
so
Can
easy
I
to
end stream
know.
yet?
He's
Can
not
I
even
end stream
streaming.
yet?
Fuck!
Can I end
Is
stream
it
yet?
streaming? No. I don't
let me
know.
find a
Yeah.
stream. Funny
Probably.
stream. Let me find a funny stream.
It's
Yeah,
out
yeah.
is Archie's stream.
Oh, Archie stream. Face cam. So I
How
can
should you do
go
it?
to bed with my, you know, wet willy.
Well, I think I've done a fantastic job of breaking the camera.
Was that intentional?
How did you even do that?
I don't know. I got so mad I was spamming the number pad keys to change between the different characters who were alive to show my annoyance at them, and I must have hit something, but I don't know what I hit, and then everything just died.
That's
Well, I
correct.
mean, we teleported out the map at first.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's genius. And I blame it
So-
all on the players.
So am I free to leave now?
No.
Ah.
We'll turn our
forever.
cameras on and we're going to bed together.
Aw,
Wait, for realsies? I'll turn my camera on.
realsies.
Yeah, get in bed, turn your camera on, and go to bed together. What's going on there?
Wait,
What's
right, you say that. I'm actually about to put my face on league standing, so screw you.
Yeah, go on. That's
Yeah,
content.
hang on, where is this?
Are we rating someone?
Yeah,
How do I
no.
add it? I've forgotten.
We're still live.
Video capture device.
Yeah, we're still live.
This conversation is.
So
We're just sticking the league standards, aren't we?
What's happening? End the stream.
No.
What do you mean,
Wait, I'm
no?
gonna make it better.
God,
I am the epitome of tiredness.
there he is.
Go.
Ginger.
We've won.
That's
That's the end of the game right there.
it.
Wash.
Right, we're done. Exit. Stop
Game's-
streaming.